Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 30K special, where we're going to be looking at every playthrough we've ever done and deciding which ones are pretty cool, which ones to throw in the bin, and which ones we don't remember. Let's go!
Yeah, it's like pop
That's
quiz
so
time.
crazy. Can you imagine we go through like every single one? We're like, what's that? We never did that one. Wait, what's that? Like not a single
Straight
one
up,
registers.
You just voiced my worst fear, because like I have the damning situation of being in most of these, not all, but most of these, and there are some where I'm like, I don't remember what the vibe was in that one. We're just gonna have to figure it out.
100% agree. I'm honestly really nervous for all the ones I'm gonna be like, yeah, I totally watched that, and then I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I did. Or
There's also the really tricky puzzle, and this is where it's going to be fun figuring out what our tiers are to start out with, because there's the interesting puzzle of like, what is a good playthrough, and then what is
Gina,
a good yeah, like that's.
I was thinking about this of like, are we rating the game, how we did as like our own performance? Is it, I don't know, our enjoyment of it? It's an interesting tier based on whether or not or what things affect our rating in general. My assumption going into it is that like it's maybe more recommendation based, like we think you guys should check this out, whether it be because of the game or because of us. Not to say go check out our sinkholes. I bet there'll be some funny ones down there.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's what's going to be in my head as I start to rate things high. I'll be like, if you want to get to know us and have a really like easy, quick, dependable time quickly, this is something I think should be at the top of your list.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I completely agree with that. So on that note, how do we want to define like good versus sinkhole? I feel like there's places in between here. There's like the tragically unfinished. You know,
you're right.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need. Okay, wait. All right, I take back everything I just said because I forgot we can give like funny specific tiers.
Yes.
You can do great game, weird commentary, great commentary, weird game. Or something
fair
like
enough.
that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I feel like those two are kind of fun. Great game, great commentary.
Yeah, because then that's like a. You know, we recognize that the game itself was like a sinkhole, but we had a good time. So
which happens.
That's definitely happened. Before we continue, I do want to give just the quickest of shout outs to Nochi-san for the sub. And I also want to mention that this tier list, at least template, was made by by a fan, Fearlex. I think Fearlex _Gremlin on Twitter. Thank you so much for making that for us.
You're an absolute hero, like sincerely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So great.
And important to say how fans impact the decisions. We were thinking about doing this, but the moment we saw that tier list, we're like, and now we must.
Yeah, it's
okay,
like, there we go. That takes the guesswork out of this.
Yeah, so cool. So thank you so very much for making that for us. And yeah, I'm super excited. I think that we probably, I like having S tier, A tier, B tier. I have no memory of this place. I think that like Sinkhole might need to break out into like 2 extra tiers of like.
Well, I really like over here in chat the tragically unfinished and deservedly unfinished. I think those are pretty fun.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay. All right, what do we have
add
so
that,
far?
and then I'll change colors in a moment.
Amazing.
How does one spell deservedly?
Deservedly
That
That is kind of a crazy word now that I look at it.
Yeah, I was like, wait a sec. Wait a moment. What is this?
Tragically unfinished. I have no memories. Okay, I love these. This is great.
Okay. Anyone, do we feel like we need anything else, chat? Do you have anything else you want?
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah, now any
Best of the best.
suggestions. Yeah.
I'm gonna read this out for myself one more time. So we have best of the best. This is good game, great commentary. This is A+. Check this out. Worth watching. Like, yeah, we had a great time. Or yeah, the game is super good, and we can talk in real time about why we think we're putting things there. The third one, great commentary, bad game. It's inverse. Blue, no memory. I feel like there will be so many that fall into that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm.
Tragically unfinished, deservedly unfinished, and then a sinkhole. Just like I fucking hated
This is
one.
just a bad time for all involved. Yeah.
Can I make
I
a
don't
request?
think there's many of those, honestly. Yeah, you go for it.
This is simply a color request. Can we have blue go to green and make it green, blue, purple, and then sinkhole still be gray? I feel like I need a green in here. I need a green in here so bad.
Okay. we're gonna do this. Give me a moment.
Okay, I'm liking it.
Oh, okay. I like that. Cool. I'm down with it.
Okay. Do you want me to get red back in here somewhere?
Maybe a little bit.
Where do you want it? Where? Tell me where.
Maybe I have no memory of this place. I don't need that blue.
I thought you'd keep red at the top and put green in the middle.
No, I like this. This is making me happy.
Green
I like
is
that.
Good. If you have green and red, I feel like you have like a spectrum.
Sure, that works. That actually works for me. This feels like a
this works great for me.
Yeah, and then the purples are
strip.
like their own thing, and then sinkhole is also its own thing.
Yeah. I am making a prediction, and this can impact whether we think it's there or not. I don't know if a single thing goes into sinkhole now that I'm looking at it, because we have had sinkhole playthroughs, Gina,
but they're usually
but
unfinished.
We haven't posted them.
Yeah,
no, they're either unfinished or we haven't posted.
You're right.
Them.
You're absolutely right.
We have played
about
games
that.
where at the end we've been like, "That's I don't think I want to put that up. I don't think that was good."
I mean, if you want me to go hunt down thumbnail art for the unspoken few, I can try to do that.
Oh, interesting. I mean, maybe instead of like thumbnail art for them, we just like we could put a picture of like what that game is in there, because well, maybe.
But you guys don't know. Maybe. We'll figure that out as we go.
That's just so that's like the most inside baseball thing I can think of. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's got a very targeted audience. Although we can talk about playthroughs we never finished. That is always or like we never posted. I do think that can be interesting.
Oh yeah, this is a perfect space for that.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about it. Also, I know this was mentioned at the top of the stream, but yeah, we have some new art that Gina made. Gina, I love this art so much that you have in the layout.
So good.
Thank you.
I like it so much.
Thank you.
It's super cute. You captured our essence so well. And then let's see, Monster Prom is on the list. Yes.
Currently, is Slay the Princess not?
Are we missing?
Yeah, Slay the Princess is there. Okay.
I think. What about Witchers? Witcher on there?
I think as we go through, we'll realize what isn't there. I thought I saw it.
Witcher. I saw The Witcher.
Yeah, I thought I did too. 999.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. It's fine. Witcher's here. I added 999.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, I think there's so many.
I can't believe. What is it? 169? 170?
It's like 100. It's
more
basically
than
170. Some of them have been concatenated into single options, but still.
That's crazy. Wow,
Pretty
this is
wild.
going to be a hell of a stream.
I know, like I glanced through
everyone
it
in between
and tried to like do my own version of it, and it gets unwieldy real fast. So be prepared for that.
Cannot wait.
I'm so excited to do this. This is buck wild, and it's a really interesting walk down memory lane. I think we can definitely add tiers as we go through if we're feeling like we're not
like we have to
represented.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Yeah, and like finally, I just want to say just another thank you to everybody who has supported us for all of these playthroughs that we've been able to do. Like that's absolutely crazy.
It's
to me,
amazing.
So thank you.
It genuinely is amazing. And
our
what's
little
fun
corner
is
of
that
the
like
internet is
some
so
of these,
funny.
I know, and like what's fun is some of these from really early on still only have like 90 views. And it makes me really like thankful for how far we've gotten and like where we are. I don't know. I think it's really special.
I agree. Yeah. So it's so nice. So I'm super excited to do this. I also wanted to mention I added a potato. I added the potato emote.
Yes. Thank God.
It was discovered just now. It's whenever we have to pass the potato between one another in discussion. It's the discussion potato.
We threaten to have a potato emote, and we don't take our threats lightly. We follow through.
No, we don't. We always go through, whether we should or not.
Allison, it turned out well. It's definitely a potato.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna be real. I didn't draw this one.
This is just a potato.
Because it's just a potato.
It's just a potato, huh?
Oh my god.
All right. Do we want to do this?
I guess
thing?
right before we walk in, and we'll make it a quick 2-minuter. Any quick things for recommendation corner. This is stream.
That's a good point.
I want to just create our little hole. Other than us and all of our content. Thank you, Allison. That was you waited so long to laugh. I'm like, okay, it didn't land. All right.
I feel like waiting was part of letting it land.
Yeah,
like a potato, as it should.
I was letting it bake like a potato.
Not letting it bake. No. I wish you could feel my head and the little bit of sweat that formed there in that brief moment. I mean, being like, oh my God, am I not going to hit today?
Oh my God. That was so funny.
Oh my God.
Sure, I'll start. I'm going to shout out you, Short, actually, for recommending silent discos because they're really, really fun. Mobile silent discos are a freaking blast, and I got to go to one over the weekend, and it was a reminder of how much fun it is to just dance and go and have a good time. So thank you.
Oh, that makes me so happy. For anybody else's context, my main hobby is silent discos. I work for a company and I DJ for them, and we go now 2 to 3 times a month, which is crazy.
That's wild. That's wild.
Wow.
Well, because we typically go to have fun and dance with our friends, but then now because we work for the company too, there's a weird science to going back a second time and being like, okay, what's actually happening in these mixes?
Yeah.
Which is just so much fun to really I don't know, DJing is collaging in a lot of ways. It's its own art form at a certain point. It's been very fun crossing that bridge to be able to realize that in real time. And Gina, it just makes me so happy that you enjoy it so much because I just get such a kick out of them.
It's so really fun. And it's interesting because I, for the majority of my life, would describe myself as anti-dance. Not because of anything wrong with dance, but I was told to sit out at my Spirit Week dance because it's not a great look.
Oh no! That was the most subtle dumping of trauma I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's just true. It's just the simple truth is that I was told it was the whole class was dancing. They're like, Gina, maybe you should go work on the banner instead.
Whole class? Oh my God! No.
So my point being that dance isn't one of those things that I get all excited about, but I really, really enjoy this, and it's good to feel in sync with your body and having a good time.
Gina, I have a little tear in my eye. That's the most tragic short story. Oh my God.
I did too. That's so why would you crush someone like that?
I think they might have been right. It's okay. I don't think I was being bullied. I think it was just an objective statement.
Oh
no! As Remy the Ratatouille says, anyone can dance, Gina. You deserve to dance.
And I do, and that's why this is fun.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It is so much fun though. Guys, go find one. They're really, really great. And I actually agree with Gina, even though I'm a musical theater dude, I've never liked clubs or dancing in public or things like that. And there's something about the silent disco formula that just you fundamentally feel like you're in your own space. Everybody's in their own space, so no one's looking at you. And it's really cool. And I like when they're outside, you get the breeze in your face. And
yeah, it's you're exploring places, and it's yes, you're in public, but also you're very solo too, in a positive way, but you get to leech off of the vibes of everyone around you as well, which is great.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I'm dying to go to one with you. I would love to join.
Yes, please.
They just sound it's so something that I would like. That's not like, well, yeah, sure, it is outside my comfort zone. It is something that I probably would not typically go out and do. But it also sounds like a great marrying of spaces. And I don't know. I would love to give that a go. That's awesome.
I would love to go with you.
fun.
So thank you very much, Short, because I absolutely never would have given that a shot had you not been a part of it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that you like it. That makes me very, very happy.
That's
It's become
so
such a
cool.
large part of my life. It's so weird. I never would have guessed that in a million years.
Yeah, that is unexpected, but in a good way.
So unexpected. Okay, I got one for recommendation corner. I am going to throw out The Boyfriend on Netflix. It is making me giggle like a little fool. It is being at least advertised as Japan's first gay dating show. And it's so cute. It's all these guys that live in a house together, and they are forced to run a mobile coffee stand, and they all get little crushes on each other, and it's so cute. I like it so much.
That sounds
It's
so
the best.
wholesome.
It's so wholesome, and like it's directed almost like a romance or dating anime. So it's live action dating anime that's real and in real time. And they're all of them are so respectful and kind, and the music is so dramatic, and it's so good. We literally watched an episode the other day, and we're like bawling because it was like a send off of a character, and I'm like, this is literally like the secondary main character in an anime getting killed off. This is so fucking dramatic, and I'm weeping. I love it. It's
Thank
amazing.
you
It's
for
on
the
Netflix.
recommendation. That
It's so
sounds
good.
really fun, actually.
That does sound really fun. That just sounds like some good, like, I imagine it's something good to put on in the background, and then you end up getting like really invested in it. Which
I kind of knew I'd be invested in this one. There's something
That's
like
fair.
the tone at which they do it is them treating it very seriously, and also like with subtitles. Obviously, you're
You have to kind of focus
That's
on
true.
it. Yep.
that's a good point. Yeah.
And the English voices are horrific. Sometimes they play when we turn on the TV as a default, and we're like, "No, you made them sound like that, guys."
Oh no. But there is a dub, yeah?
There is a
Yeah,
dub.
that's what you're
Yes.
saying.
There is
Yeah.
a dub,
Okay.
but it sounds like it's a bit of a sacrifice.
It's
so-
not great.
Oh,
No,
it's horrific.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrific. Especially live. I can't do live action dub. I can't. I can absolutely do dub in any other thing, but like, I don't know, when you're like trying to act the emotion of someone who's speaking for real, there's a something
Hubba.
discordant about it that really freaks me out, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand that. I mean, it's good for like accessibility, but also
Oh,
but on the flip
hugely. It's nice
side,
to have the option.
yeah.
It's really, really important to have. And I know that a lot of work has been put into trying to improve that scene, but also I do think there is an uncanny valley that you kind of end up in.
Yeah,
default.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Basil is present with us.
She was getting
Boost.
progressively nearer. She was on the other side of the house, and then she was in the doorway, and then she was right next to me.
I heard the one. Yeah. Basil's
boof, boof.
recommendation. As far as mine, I don't know. I'm throwing House of the Dragon on in the background while I'm at work, and I don't hate it. I'm like, I think I said before, I would give it a good solid like 7.5, like 8 out of 10. I think I told you, Gina, that it's I was like, this is just Lion King 1 and 2. It's just kind of sort of smashed into one movie.
That's
Spun
so
around
funny.
the wonder a few times. I'm like, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why aren't they singing then?
Yeah,
That's how you know
right?
it's worth.
Where's the Exile song? Like,
I need Matt Smith to be doing a whole number.
That would be incredible. I would watch that. Oh my god. Sorry, this is only for you two. One sec, look at your text.
what's
Oh
happening?
wait, I'm looking. I'm so excited.
Oh my god. It's
What
just
is
what I'm
happening?
dealing with in my life. Here you go.
What havoc did they cause?
Oh, jeez. How'd she get up there?
Oh my god! Oh, you little troublemaker with her stupid little eyes, her adorable, perfect eyes.
Wait, how is that possible? Just for the audience, there's a picture of Basil peering underneath the
computer screen.
the monitor on your desk.
Yeah.
How is that possible? She's short. How'd she get up there?
she's
a
a
short
maverick. She's doing so well.
Oh my god.
Cleverness will get you far.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, that would be my recommendation. I think it's pretty solid. So I'm into it. I'm down. So
The season's over now, right?
I believe season 2 just ended. Yeah.
Great. I was waiting for season 2 to end, and then I was going to just eat it all.
Got it. Yeah, that is totally fair. I'm at the end of season 1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah. Also, I saw someone ask earlier, I'm going to say this is probably a good segue into our next section here.
Mm-hmm.
You two didn't play Inscription, did you? Did
No.
I make that up in my brain?
We both played it separately, which means we know what's happening, and with it not being blind, it makes no sense.
It is an unplayable, not blind game. There's just absolutely no point to it. Also, I think the reason people knew about Inscription is because that one time that Short was logged into Inscription for 2 weeks straight, and I had to click him, and that was
funny.
Drama leading into it. Yeah, that's why Inscription came out. But yeah, we both played it independently.
Got it.
Maybe there's a world if there's an outside party that wants to do a blind playthrough, maybe it could appear, but Gina and I can't do it ourselves.
Yeah, I guess it would probably have to be me or somebody else. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I saw that comment a while back and I wanted to acknowledge it, but I was like, I thought we played it. But to that end, this is probably a good moment for us to just jump into this and start ranking our places.
Yeah, I think there's no better place to begin than by beginning it. So let's do this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just, get things off rolling. Ghost Trick's best of the best.
Yes.
And Ghost Trick, I can't say I watched your whole playthrough, but I will say Ghost Trick has one of the deepest attachments to my heart of any game I've ever played. That is a perfect game.
That's the thing is I feel like we're just not getting in the way of Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick is just such a top tier game, just in general. Mm-hmm. And it was such a pleasure getting to replay it. It's just as good the second time. What a wonderful adventure we got to go on.
And playing it for the first time and getting my genuine reaction on all of the twists and turns of that game was just so great. Oh my god, I cannot recommend that game enough. Obviously I'll say for any of our games here that we played, I'll be obviously would love for you to go watch us play it, but also most of those as well, I would recommend you go support them and play them as well.
Yeah, that's the wild thing about Ghost Trick is the remaster came out after we played it. So you can play it on contemporary consoles and have a great time.
That's awesome. I didn't realize. I remember you guys did so much to hook the gear up so you could play it, because that was standing in your way for ages.
And then Immediately afterwards, the remaster came out.
Which is so silly. But I'm glad we played the original, but also I'm really glad that the remaster is out.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
All right, the next one is Last Guardian. That's a tragically unfinished.
Would you say tragically or deservedly? I am not saying because The Last Guardian is a bad game. I know, it's got a strange space in the zeitgeist in its own history. I think there are some experiences that we did miss out on by not finishing it, because I've heard the end of that game really is worth it, that it does hit in the end. So I think that's tragic. But I think for if I recall the way we were sort of reacting to it in real time too, was we kind of got a bit gripey midway through.
So I think I might recommend we make a pretty much immediate change, which is I think all three of these bottom ones are unfinished games, because for the most part, barring a few oddballs, we usually don't finish games that we don't like, and or as we said, we don't play them at all. So maybe deservedly unfinished. instead of the original connotation of like, get that thing out of here, it's like we chose to not finish this for deliberate reasons. Like this was something that didn't have a place with us, it turned out, but isn't necessarily a bad game. Throw them in the garbage this was a bad game, get it out of here.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
All right,
yeah, for sure. Because like I like The Last Guardian. It's a special game, but also I think we both realized that it wasn't it, you know?
I have one memory of that playthrough. I remember talking about Johnny Depp, and I don't know why. I think it was in tandem with like fantastic. Oh, I remember wow. That was crazy. That just came flooding back to me. We were talking about franchise loyalty and how loving a franchise, like what would it take for you to not go see or like interact with every piece of media from a franchise? And at that point, one of our examples was Harry Potter, which obviously has not aged great, but we were talking about understandably, but at the time, I think the point we were trying to say was like, we grew up on Harry Potter, we love Harry Potter, but now Fantastic Beasts is coming out and I don't really care about it. And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that some people have this loyalty that makes them feel like they have to interact with every single piece of media, no matter how far it goes. I think Star Wars is not a really interesting anecdote of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Marvel or other things like that. But I don't know why that just came flooding in. I think it's interesting to have like a memory imbued with one of these.
There's little time capsules in all of these. I think that's why like this goes so far beyond like this was a good time, because like in some cases it's so many hours sunk into them, and like, you know, experiences and conversations that are sort of captured there.
She barking.
She
barking.
is. I don't know what.
Also, thank you over in chat. Hey, baby, for subscribing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
I was gonna, hot potato off of that, Gina, and say that like so many of these they're such time capsules, in that some of these playthroughs took like a year or years to play.
Yeah,
they're in different homes, different setups, different, like, I guess we were like different people. I mean, sure, you were so young whenever all of this started. So like,
little babe. I was 14 when we made the first thing. Like,
wow,
guys, I turned 27 this year. just comprehend that.
That doesn't sound right. You can't have been 14 then, bud.
15?
No, wait.
It was 2015 when we started.
2015.
Yeah, we started.
I
know this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we at 10 years? Oh, it's not past.
We were about
10
to
years?
go to college, because that was coming up in playthroughs.
It'll be 10 years next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
next year's our 10
guys, years. I was 8 years old when this started. Now I'm 39. Can you fucking believe
it? You were born on the opposite of a leap year. You were born.
buddy, you're thinking about Persona 4, I think is what's going on here. Is
yes.
They do get fused in my mind sometimes.
Midnight Channel and Short One Gaming have a relationship. You know, there's something at its core with those two interacting.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah, because they do one dovetails into the other.
Well, it's also kind of literal. We wrote a song about Let's Playing, and then we were like, we should just Let's Play. That's a real thing that happened.
The Game Grumps song.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
I remember that.
We wrote a song about Let's Playing.
That's so niche. Holy cow.
Wow.
That is an insane anecdote. I forgot that.
Yeah, no, like it literally was a 1-to-1. We were writing music, and then because the music was about Let's Playing, we're like, why don't we just do it? And then I did a solo Undertale pacifist run that's never posted, just to test whether that would be even interesting.
I remember that.
And then I was like, it's fine. I'd rather not play alone though. And so that's why we did the Genocide run. And that's why we started.
Simultaneously, you and I had just finished playing Dragon Age 2.
Exactly.
Together. And we were like, oh man, that was so much fun. Like, we just like,
if only we had captured that somehow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I also think about our Tales of Vesperia playthrough, where we voiced the whole Tales of the Abyss too, but like, Point being,
even when we played those in college, sorry, this is like deep lore now. Like, I feel like we might have mentioned this before, but when we played Vesperia and Tales of the Abyss with Victor and our friend Zach, who's actually going to pop up in this.
Yeah, he's on this list a few times.
He's been on the channel a few times too. So
oh my god, I forgot he had been in some playthroughs.
It was
That's so
it was
fun.
a weird time where I visited LA for like a weekend, and I was staying with him and his friend, and we just decided to record playthroughs. And on top of that, the tech was busted, so we didn't get any audio for the playthroughs. So I then went back and re-recorded all of the gameplay for all of the playthroughs that we did, timed out to the audio track. It was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare.
I didn't realize you recaptured the audio, Gina.
Yeah, I recaptured the gameplay. I recaptured from the ground up, like the Hatoful Boyfriend playthrough is me just clicking through timed to the clicks I could hear in my headphones.
It was Hatoful Boyfriend though. That actually, I mean, still, that's awful. I literally can't believe you did that. But
that's
at least
unreal.
it was like a visual novel instead of
well, the other one was Keep
true.
Talking and No One Explodes, but I think we managed to get that one. But Hatoful we had to rebuild from the ground. It was just like, you know, I'd asked them to record this thing with me, and then it was broken, and I didn't want, like, all their time to have been wasted, so I was like, okay, we're gonna rebuild it. We have the technology.
God, you probably told me about that at the time, but I completely forgot about that. That is intense.
I'm gonna add in a kind of busted.
Yeah,
I like kind of busted.
Make that one
kind of
blue.
busted is funny.
Yeah.
When we, Inspector Clark says, when we hit 10 years, you should finally actually play Persona 4. I mean,
I feel like
it's so ingrained
I don't know if I have
even know
anything to gain from playing Persona 4.
I feel like that's trying to like unbake a cake. Is us, like, the three of us going in playing Persona 4.
Yeah, like, it is such a part of our DNA. It's like, you know, I don't know.
We know we could quote every line.
That's what Persona 4 New Days was for. We did it. We gave you it.
That's fair.
We did
Yeah.
It's done.
All right. Let's go on to the next one, shall we?
Right,
yeah, this will last forever if we talk this much.
Great commentary. Bad game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll stand by it. I think our collective Zeroscape series is quite good, and I'm very proud of it. ZTD is just not very good.
It's
but
just not a good game.
We tried to love it.
Yeah, we gave it as much as we could, and it was trying to do a bunch of ambitious shit, and then it didn't succeed at it, unfortunately.
And that's okay.
Sadly.
I'm glad that it exists. I think it's better that it exists than that it doesn't, given how hard it was fought for. And I'd rather see people trying weird things than not. Like, I'm genuinely kind of happy about Zero Time Dilemma. I know that's not a common feeling in the Zeroscape community, but I'm actually very happy that it exists. I just also can simultaneously say I don't think it's terribly good.
I agree.
I think I'm happy it exists for so many reasons, given also the history of that series and what it had to go through to be created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think it is very possible to simultaneously appreciate its existence for all it is and also be like, I wish your existence was better.
Yeah.
I really do. I wish it could have resulted in a better thing.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I agree. Yep. And I feel like in some ways that come out like liking some characters more and then disliking other characters, like
I try to pretend the ZTD version of Akane doesn't exist. Sorry, Akane.
Yeah, it just feels like an AU a little bit, like all of them. So,
but I'm glad you played it. I'm glad it exists. You know,
considering considering all of Zeroscape, every alternate universe is real. So you know. Yep.
100%. Okay, our next one is Towerfall Ascension.
I can't read that.
It's Towerfall Ascension.
We just played two-player co-op. Just fun.
I'm gonna put this in. I have no memory of this place, although that's actually a lie. I have a very vivid memory of this game. So maybe we're missing a rank. And my vivid memory of this game is that we had almost closed down the channel for a year. We didn't
Had
post
we?
an episode for a really long time.
That's right.
It was really hard.
Yeah, we were.
And that was our return?
Yeah, it was just like a let's rip off this Band-Aid. We're not gonna come back with a big boom. We just want to make a playthrough. And so we're like, let's just sit down and record something. And we recorded Towerfall Ascension, and it was great fun. And I made our, at that time, new art for that.
How about new art?
Well,
yeah.
Oh, we don't have any like A, B, or C, do we? Oh,
I feel like we're missing something.
Let's just add like it was fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was fun.
Or you could just or just say like, or it's just like the fine category. Yeah.
Pretty good. It was fun. Was there. We did it. It happened. Technically uploaded.
Technically uploaded, I kind of like.
I like that. Let's do technically uploaded.
Okay, great.
That's good. Or just, this is fun.
That rules. Is that just white? It's just like.
Sure. Yeah. Technically. That's funny. That's
there you
really
go,
funny.
Towerfall Ascension.
Yeah.
That sure is a Let's Play.
All right, next up.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Dear Inquisition.
A classic.
Yeah, a classic.
I think
a
that
true
needs to go
classic on the channel.
Is that a worth watching or wait? How did this become pretty fine? No,
Pretty
that's
fine.
Best of the best.
Of the best, please.
Did you type pretty fine? When did that happen?
I think I said pretty fine
like,
for technically uploaded, and it must have whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Is this worth watching or best of the best?
I'm biased. I would say best of the best of the best. But
can I ask you both a question?
Sure.
That might affect this. Look, synthesize in your head all of the Dragon Age that you two have played on the channel.
Oh, and of the Dragon Age we've played, it wins.
All of the Dragon Age I think Dragon Age is a core part of what makes this channel. That playthrough is so important. And just like what, that whole sphere existed as in Short One Gaming lore, I think something from Dragon Age has to be on the best of the best. So think to yourself, like, of the Dragon Age, does this feel like the most important playthrough?
That's incredibly fair. If that is our rubric, then it absolutely goes in best of the best.
Then yes, I think it should be up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
totally.
enough.
I think we throw it up there.
Diving straight into it. Yeah,
Damn.
Disco Elysium.
I got some conflicting feelings with Disco Elysium. I gotta tell you.
Me too. I know we've talked about it before, but I would say as far as like a playthrough goes, I think it's really strong.
But is it a strong playthrough of Disco Elysium? This is what I wrestle with.
Gina, you're right there. Look, everyone knows. We take a fucking ever to play anything. And this one not only took forever, but also took over a year in such a text-heavy game where sometimes I worry, and I think like we've gotten comments on it too, but I think I felt it at the time of like, we're taking so much time. Are we living in the world, or are we living in who we are in what's the question? Or the way I want to phrase it. Like beside the game, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I feel that. I also know that there were multiple sessions of playing Disco Elysium where like after the stream ended, we're like,
oh, I was sleepy.
So it's a tricky one because like I mean I've been very explicit about the fact that like I am so grateful we played Disco Elysium on the channel because the peer pressure made me finish it. I probably would not have on my own. And I also don't terribly like Disco Elysium, but I respect the hell out of it. And that's like a really tricky thing. I'm tempted to put this in great game, bad commentary, which is maybe not what that's meant for, but like this is a tricky one.
I know what you're
getting at.
It's not that it was terrible. Look, we're just always hanging out. So it's hard to like classify anything as bad commentary, but I do think if anything is going to be great game, bad commentary, it's going to be to like, the game is amazing. And and everybody should either play it and amazing by like what it is. I know Gina has more conflicting feelings on it, but it is a singular thing. that I think it is better to at least know about or experience in some capacity than to not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be very cool if anybody who does not know Disco Elysium wanted to come and learn about it with us. Because I think we, had a lot of really interesting, really cool discussions of it.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think we are necessarily the best way
to
discover Disco Elysium? I do not think so.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I would say like it almost like watching us play Disco Elysium feels supplemental to playing Disco Elysium. Like
I don't think we augmented the experience.
No,
Yeah,
and often our goal is to like add a little something just to justify why we're there. And I'm not sure we added anything to Disco Elysium.
Well, I guess that's fair. I don't know if I totally agree with that. I think that we did add just like our own, I think in the fact that we played it and commented on it and played Harry Dubois a particular way, like that we did bring something. Like we still had like thoughts about it.
That's
fair. I think those are valid, and I don't want to like
No, that's incredibly fair. I'm not trying I wasn't trying to minimize. That's a very, very good point.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean, but I think that I think Disco Elysium is one of those games where it's like required reading, like everyone should probably play it.
Yeah.
To
it was
like,
kind of book club with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you want to,
it's like we all read Beloved together.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, here we go, we're reading Beloved.
Actually, reframing it as book club makes me a lot happier. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to experience like what we went through while playing it, by all means.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That makes a lot of sense.
I think I'm comfortable with it being there, though. Maybe we need to rename the category. Who knows? But I think that is the perfect. I think we get the point. Like, do you have an idea?
It could just be worth watching. It could just be.
But we already have a worth watching, and that's.
Yeah, I like it.
No. I mean, move it to worth watching.
I like it specifically having to do with like the juxtaposition between us and the game, because I do feel like that's how I feel about our relationship to the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
And this is our tier list ultimately.
Yeah.
We fully invite other people to make their own.
It is a good question. Is anyone
not just invite, encourage?
Yes. I don't know. I don't see it, but also it's a big old montage. We'll rank.
That's fair.
Well,
if it might get added in later, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay, let's continue.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
Oh my god.
Pokemon Puzzle League.
Who's on that?
It's Zach,
Victor,
Allison, and I. That's one of Zach's many, few appearances. Yeah.
It's our college group. That's an oldie.
I don't remember if the playthrough is any good. It was great hanging with you all, and Pokemon Puzzle League is a best
classic.
of the best. Yeah.
That is for Gina and I. That is a core
Pokemon
thing.
Puzzle League.
I'm gonna say I have no memory of this place, but I do remember having like playing it.
Yeah, I remember hanging
remember
with you all. I just don't remember what the actual playthrough was,
Victor's like, it's probably not great.
Oh, buddy. Actually, there is
Believe
some
in
truth to that.
yourself.
It's probably a little bit busted because I think we were all gathered around one single Yeti.
Funny.
Yeah, it's probably a little busted.
I mean, if you want to put it in kind of busted, I guess we can.
Kind of busted.
Let's put in kind of busted. I like that.
I think that's fair. Oh no, the next one.
I'm gonna probably be controversial and put it in deservedly unfinished. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, what happens. Yep. It happens.
It just happens. Okay. This one is, there's no deep meaning. It just was it was a little difficult to record. The setup for it required us to put in work, and absolutely nobody was watching it.
Yeah, that was the thing. It wasn't really resonating with people, and it it just had some funny, it's got some funky pacing. I know people love this game.
It's one of those things though where you know, we have plenty of playthroughs that like don't have high viewership, but if we are like loving it, that's all that matters to me. I don't feel like we ever loved it with Final Fantasy 16. We were having a fine time, but I don't think we ever like, I put it down and I didn't think about it again.
Yeah, the only things that were at least like good for me was like Clive's performance is so fucking excellent. Like it's so good, and there are some like mechanical takes on Final Fantasy in it that I think are kind of neat, that I was kind of digging. But as far as like at least like the plot and the story and like where we were at the time in the game, it was kind of dragging like pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I can't say if we're ever gonna pick it up and finish it. We might just pick it up and finish it like each of us individually.
Yeah,
it might be one of those, unfortunately. I don't know if it's ever gonna come back. But yeah, I'm with you there.
Mm-hmm.
It was really just like, it was just a little too slow.
Yeah.
So it happens.
That's where
totally
it happens.
does.
That's where it goes.
Exactly.
This is like barely a playthrough. It's just like 2 streams I did. I'm gonna put this in technically uploaded. I had a great time. It was a blast, but it's like not really a playthrough. It's just like me failing at a roguelike run. It was yeah, it was wonderful. I didn't finish the run. I'll probably jump back in at some point. It's been updated pretty dramatically. But because I just don't count it as a run,
That's
as a
totally
playthrough,
fair.
I'll put it there.
And honestly, that's probably what I would say for Animal Well. If Animal Well's in here too, it'd go and technically upload it as well, because it's just like it's just a fun one for like me to do whenever there's some downtime. But I don't like think too hard about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I enjoy it, and I like having some fun little like just like hangout vibes with chat. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Completely agreed. So
Totally.
it's invisible, but Animal Well is there too.
Yes. What is this?
Is that that's so fucking funny. Is that the OG Sonic the Hedgehog?
I think so, or is it Sonic
Did
CD
we play-
Blast or something? That's not me. That's like
What?
one of your friends.
Yeah, that's me. His name's Ramsey. All right.
Oh
all
yeah,
right,
it
give me
is
a sec, give me a
Ramsey.
sec, give me a
Thank
second.
you. I was
It's-
like, I
it's
thought it was
Ramsey.
Ramsey, but I didn't want to guess and get it wrong.
You're so good. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna talk about it. I just have to figure out what game that is first. I think it's No, it is.
You
That
and
is
I played
OG
Generation.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Now wait, how much did we play of it? All right, episode 2. That's 2. All right, yeah. So there were 2 episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's so flippin' funny. So Ramsey went to my high school, and Ramsey was a sweet guy. We did theater together. Shout out to Ramsey. I hope he's doing great. He was super nice in high school, and he really liked video games and was theatrical and funny. And so he was the perfect, like, while we were first getting this started, if anybody was going to come and be on it, I kept like chatting with Ramsey, and I'm like, you're like inherently funny and you like video games, so why not come in? And what he really loved was Sonic the Hedgehog, which obviously we all know is my boyfriend. And so we had to...
You're like, perfect.
Yeah, I was like, I really want to play some Sonic
what it's
shit.
worth,
Get Ramsey in there.
He was in a we might go out of order here just because we're talking about Ramsey. He was in a handful of things, and one of them was like really good. I loved your Assemblance playthrough.
Okay. All right, let me talk about Assemblance. This is thrilling. God, shout out to Ramsey. I hope he's doing great. I truly have not talked to that guy in like 7 years. That's crazy. I should give him a text, honestly.
Goat Simulator too. You guys played Goat Simulator.
Yeah,
Goat
I'm gonna go through.
throw-
Keep talking. I'm gonna try to go find all of your Ramsey.
This is Ramsey hour. There's a corner
There's
for
one
Ramsey.
down by Donut Country.
Yeah. So because we
Flower.
also played Mania together. We played
played
Flower. We
Flower.
played Sonic Mania.
Did you finish
Yeah,
Flower? Yeah, I think you did.
We did finish Flower. Put up. I have no memory of this place for Flower.
Yeah.
I'll move them around. Can you, with Goat Simulator, put up technically uploaded?
Sure. Was it finished?
It's Goat Simulator.
Sure. That's
Yeah, do
fair.
you ever
That's
finish
fair.
Goat
That's valid. That's
Simulator?
You
valid.
know what
That's
I
valid.
mean? I don't know. I bet it was funny. We were.
No,
we were
I
pretty funny
watched all of
together.
your playthroughs with Ramsey. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, he was a really funny guy. We had a good time. Look for Mania. It's got to be in there somewhere. There it is. It's up there next to Animal Well, which is there. And
Wait,
Omori.
Animal Well is here.
Right at the
Okay,
top.
perfect.
Where?
Yeah.
Give me
Under
another.
Donut County, and
At the
you're right
top.
there. Up. Next to
On the
Omori.
left
To the
column.
left. left.
There, yeah, sorry,
You're so
gosh.
close. There
Okay,
it is.
okay.
Got
And then
it.
there's Animal Well. Cool, sorry, 1 sec. There's just a lot.
No, you got it.
There's
We've got a
many of
lot.
them.
We've got a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I so get it. So
Technically
throw Animal
uploaded.
Well and technically uploaded it. Throw Sonic Mania. I think Sonic Mania is tragically unfinished.
Yeah. I don't
I
remember
do
you
not
finishing
believe-
it. You got pretty far, but I don't remember you finishing it.
I think we got stuck on something and then we just never came back to it. Flower, I have truly no memory, but I think we liked it.
I watched it, and I remember it being pleasant, so
yeah, I think we had a nice time. Flower is such a zen game, so we sort of embraced that. Yeah, a semblance is what I want to talk about from this whole batch of things. A semblance is this like weird, very cheap little like PSN store thing, PSN original or whatever, something that was on the storefront for like $4.99, an indie game that came and went and never really impacted anything. But I like read about it on Kotaku at the time and got excited, and we dipped our toe into playing it, and it had this like crazy secret like 0.001% of people like got the super secret ending that has the what you need for the platinum trophy or whatever, and that was like what the Kotaku article was about, that like nobody had gotten this thing, and we went and got it. And so that is a playthrough where we get like this thing that was very rarely documented on YouTube, and we really got into it.
You really worked for it. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
And it was like a funky route. Bubba.
Yeah.
Nothing is that important to say.
You don't know. She's fixing politics right now, single-handedly, and we're not listening.
Bubba. Okay. No, so, but yeah, it's a really interesting, because I remember that Kotaku article, and I remember you like, because I think, did you and I play it together before you did this playthrough or something like that? And then this was the deep dive?
Maybe so. Maybe we played it once, like in passing, and then I decided to really go for it. Or it was the other way around. Maybe I just showed it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember. But this game really mattered to me at the time, and I bet I would play it now and not care. But I think it's fun to watch someone play something that clearly they care about, and at that point, I cared. So I think that's worth watching. I think that's a diamond buried in the rough, or maybe like a sapphire buried in the rough. Like there's gonna be something to get out of that play.
I completely agree.
Funny. He's a charming guy. Now, no, these are two like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds playing together, so I have no idea what kind of
I was about to say, anything that's like more than like 2 years old, take with a grain of salt.
Yeah, if I said something dumb, I'm so sorry. I truly am. But I think that's a fun playthrough if I recall. Fun. I'm gonna text Ramsey tomorrow.
That's fun. Please do.
Yeah.
I like that guy. All right, cool.
P4 New Days?
It's the best of the best of the best.
That's the best of the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's so much fun.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's just good. It was a well-written fan game. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a fan dating game around Persona 4, totally original content, and it was adorable and fun.
And it's good. It's good. We don't play very many fan games for a lot of different reasons, but we knew we weren't going to play, to the earlier joke, we knew we were never going to play Persona 4 on the channel, and we're like, how can we play Persona 4 without playing Persona 4? And then enter Persona 4 New Days, and it was perfect. So, a blast, an absolute blast.
Yeah, I just love that one. I think that is a classic for the two of us. I think you get to know. Also, we drop a lot of gem, if I recall, in that playthrough about Midnight Channel.
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about Midnight Channel in that.
Yeah, it's always weird because I never know who's watching this thing. But for anyone who somehow does not know, Gina and I wrote this thing called Midnight Channel the Musical, which is a Persona 4 fan musical. Not a parody. It's very
just an adaptation. Yep.
Just an adaptation. We wrote it when I was like 14 and Gina was 21, and we put it up on Tumblr and it went viral. And it's crazy story that I forget happened all the time, but we wrote like 34 songs for that you can listen to right now on SoundCloud. As I always giggle at, there's a video uploaded by someone I don't know.
Yeah, somebody's eating all them views. Just nom 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 nom
eating
nom.
all them
No,
views. It's like
no.
it's got like 150,000 views on YouTube, and it's just like them recording all the SoundCloud clips. And
I know. It's
I don't
wild.
care. It's just more being like, that's such a silly anecdote. I mean, at one point we had to we were in the millions, right?
Oh,
on
yeah.
listens.
Yeah, it blew up pretty dramatically.
I mean, to the point, can I say that you received a cease and desist?
We did.
Oh, you can absolutely say it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of documentation of it online if you did your research.
My intro into the gaming industry was getting a cease and desist from Atlas. So
yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
Thanks,
but like also the origins of these on like I don't know if I wouldn't have been without this happening, but like I am a songwriter by trade, by profession, because of that project. Like receiving that kind of positive affirmation when you're 13 years old really makes you be like, okay, I gotta give this a real go.
That makes me so happy. Like it really, really does. Like that project means so much to me, but most of it is that like I get to see like the impact of it, every day and in the wonderful things that you write. And I just think that's so cool that we got to share that sort of origin place.
Gina, why did that just made me want to cry? Oh,
you're a really good writer.
I love
man.
you.
You write beautiful things. I love you too.
You're so fucking talented and so good, and the two of you make such amazing shit together. And like, yeah, that it's such a I don't know. All of that feels like such a core memory for me, and I wasn't even like
you were there.
I wasn't even there.
You were there.
I mean, I guess I was there. I was there for it.
You were in the room while I was like, so we're writing this cool jazzy song between the cop characters. You don't know who they are yet, but
I would get
you
like
will one day.
I would get like early listens to everything. I remember I'd read through your lyrics, Gina, and we'd go back and forth a little bit. And yeah, oh man,
I miss working with you, buddy. I really do.
I really do too. I'm serious. It's so weird now it being an everyday profession thing, because I love it. I love it in such a new way, in a different way, and like I feel so much pride, and I don't regret a moment of it, but it is different when it becomes your profession.
Oh, absolutely.
There's less of a whimsy behind it, and you and I really soared with whimsy.
Yeah.
I was at the opening of a Broadway show last week, and it was a social event. I was there because a guy who produces my stuff was producing on it. It was very much like a work event. It was crazy, and I had a few moments of being like, okay, I'm at a Broadway opening where a guy who pays for my stuff is paying for this stuff, and like, okay, I'm like. And like the writer was like a young 27-year-old, and I'm like, oh man, he's making his Broadway debut. Like I'm seeing it all. I'm seeing it all in front of me. Whether it be next year, 10 years from now, I'm like, oh, wow, like, little Jake would be so damn proud of this. And then I ran into my friend from college. His name's Marty, and I was in a show that Marty directed in college, and it was really fun to see him because I hadn't seen him in ages, and he started general managing, and actually was he's the general manager on Merrily, or was, because Merrily just closed. So cool. He's like really doing the do. He's doing Broadway Gambit, etc. And we were talking about Here We Are, the new Sondheim show, the final Sondheim show that played in New York earlier this year, and what we thought about it, because it's like an unfinished piece. And I made the comment that I'm like, is it probably my least favorite Sondheim show of all time? Yes. But is it probably my favorite thing I've seen in the last 3 years? Yes, because it was doing something unequivocally itself. It did not care about the rules, and it just wanted to be itself. And all I crave sometimes is something doing something.
Yeah.
And he leans in and he goes, sounds a little bit to me like dying things do.
Oh,
and I started
way.
because freshman year of college, I showed this guy like Dying Things Do, and he listened to every song and loved it and held it. And literally Wilson was next to me, who is the only other person that knows like Dying Things Do as well as we do, Gina. And he was like, that's the craziest cut you could have just dropped in the entire world right there.
That's like, got me all foggy-eyed. That's so sweet. I remember when you did like a little reading of it your first year of college. Yeah. Oh man.
I remember that. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's an incredibly sweet thing for him to have said. That's very, very
kind. Oh,
kind.
Truly. I was like, Marty, that's a full circle moment right there that you have no idea. Actually, no. He was grinning like he knew. He was like, I know what I just did. He's like,
I'm about to make
this man cry.
I'm about to make your damn day. You've been wanting somebody in the industry to drop like Dying Things Do.
Oh man. That's wild.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh.
Wow,
that's so funny.
Amazing.
Okay, well that was emotional. That was beautiful.
That's for New Days.
That's Persona 4 New Days.
The time capsule that it is. Oh god. No! Really throwing in the garbage.
That's so funny.
Anything else to say on that one?
Nah, we didn't like it, so we stopped playing it.
Yeah, it's just one of the few that we stopped halfway through, but we got just far enough along to where it didn't make sense for us to scrap the whole playthrough, which is something we've done a few times. So I'm not sure how Icy escaped unscathed, actually, but
that was one where it was a little sunk cost, and it was just like gotta push through.
Yeah. And also I think it was like maybe amusingly bad, but I don't even know that with confidence.
It was one of those games. It wanted to be the fucking Stanley Parable. So it was like there was a narrator who was narrating things, you could listen to him or you couldn't, and you'd be like, why aren't you doing that? That's not the story. Blah, 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 blah. But it didn't work.
Yeah.
And it didn't work kind of from the get-go, and we played enough to really realize like it truly didn't work. We thought maybe if we gave it a little bit of time, it could like find its rhythm, but it was just, it wanted to be the Stanley Parable, and it sacrificed itself to try to achieve.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm all for like go off indie creators. I'm so proud of whoever made Icy, because no matter what, it is an achievement.
It's like it's polished. It looks good. It's like it is an achievement to get a game like that out, but.
Yeah,
but I did put it and throw it in the garbage. So sorry, Icy. So sorry.
Oh my god.
Crisis Core. I guess tragically unfinished. This is I personally would waffle between these two because like it was such a whack way we were playing that game.
Yeah,
we were playing it on the PSP.
We were literally playing it on the PSP and then trying to capture from the PSP, which was, we'll just say, technically a poor choice.
Also, because my PSP connection cable, we'd already, like, it had gone through multiple playthroughs of Persona 3, over and over. It was, like, this ratty, tattered cable that upon which everything hinged. And we didn't even have it on the screen.
Might I recommend Kinda Busted?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Actually, Kinda Busted.
That's the right place for it.
That's why it never got picked back up again, is because our setup was kind of busted and we didn't invest in fixing it at the time, and then stopped playing it, and then we were like,
the idea of getting it back out was just like, oh man, I don't want to do that.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Totally.
But now Crisis Core Reunion has come out too, so it's like, well,
now
I guess
it's just
it's
obsolete.
too far.
Yeah.
We could just play the new one. Yeah. But that kind of sucks because I know that game is like one of my favorite games of all time. I adore it with all of my heart, and I remember laying on my bed in high school, like sobbing my eyes out at the end of that game, and I was like, I want to experience this with everybody. And then it's got some funny
pacing,
Final
stuff.
Fantasy VII localization-ness, and then the technical aspects of it, and it is kind of busted. So
it's a shame.
It really happens.
Yeah. Because I would have loved to share that with you, but it also was a weird one because both of us had played it, so it's just like the whole thing was a little funky.
That's a good point too. I feel like Crisis Core was an interesting game for us to discover that maybe the two of us playing a game we already knew very intimately, maybe didn't make for as good content.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like a learning experience playthrough. And yeah, that's Crisis Core.
Next is Exocolonist. Hey, buddy, welcome to the top.
Oh, please put it at the top. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
I love that game. I love that playthrough. I love everything about it. I loved playing it with you, Gina. It was, this game is one of my Roman empires. I think about it all the time.
Me too. I never shut it. Like, I know it was a meme at work for a long time that I simply would never shut up about this game, but I still will never shut up about this game.
God, it's so good. Everybody play this game.
Short, play
Everybody
it with Wilson.
play it.
Straight up, just play it.
So
yeah.
This was my question. Should we go play it? Because also Kelly would go crazy for it from what I
play
know
it.
about
Yeah,
it.
no, play it.
Or should I watch your playthrough? You
Our
think I should
playthrough
just
is really
play
good, but I also think that you can't. It's gilding a lily at this point. It's such a
already
good game,
that good.
And the power of player choice is really compelling.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it may be worth it for you to play it with Kelly, and then maybe after that watch the playthrough because there's enough variance. Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about.
I did my. Oh, go for it, Allison.
No, go for it. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's so many of your two's playthroughs I can't watch at the time, but all the time I dip back to old ones, and I'm like, I wonder what was going on in that playthrough. Like that's so much time you guys spent together without me. I'm wondering what's going on, and that's been one of the top ones on my list of being like, there will come a day when I'm like sick or working or doing something, and I just want sound in the background where maybe I'll click on that. So maybe I should play the game before I go to it.
I mean, entirely up to you. I think we did. I really enjoyed our playthrough, and also I think everybody would benefit from playing this game.
Yeah.
All right, great.
I would say that this game has enough player choice because I know I've seen some people in chat also saying that they started watching it and then stopped because they wanted to go play it themselves. I think there's enough variability and player choice in this game that even if you were to watch us play it, I think you could still go through and play it on your own. I mean, it's things will be spoiled because there are just major events that happen in the game, I think, kind of regardless, but it's just how you react to those situations. I mean, it branches so much. There's just so many things you can do with it. So I would say I think you can play it and watch kind of simultaneously, in my opinion. But I totally get if you want to hold off to play it yourself.
And that is our read on Exocolonist. Scriblio's next, which is weird because I think most of our Scriblio streams have not been uploaded. I know we've done one or maybe two, but most of them haven't. So I'm gonna say, ironically, technically uploaded. To be clear, I love Scriblio, and it's a fun time, and I think it's so much fun, so I'm happy to put this wherever. But
maybe worth watching because I think the only one we've uploaded is we've only uploaded one to YouTube. So
technically uploaded is it's fun. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Technically uploaded but fun. That's it could go on either one. Technically uploaded or worth watching, I would say. I think it's a silly fun time, and if you want something kind of
watching.
Extremely low stakes. Yeah. Oh, this one.
Sayonara. Wild Heart.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That game kicks ass. That game is so fucking sick. It's just what an amazing deep dive into queer relationships while also being so ephemeral and abstract and stylish and just the most fun little rhythm game.
And that music, man. I listen to the soundtrack all the time.
Me too. I put it in the background when I'm at work. It's the perfect work music. I love it. I love that game so dearly, and I have that's also a core memory playing that game with you, Gina. So yeah, love it.
Just
that's
a
good one.
One where I'm solo, sort of. At least y'all aren't there.
We aren't there.
Stories Untold was fun. It was a playthrough of the multi-chapter game Stories Untold that I did with my friends Evan and Julian.
That was a text-based
Much
game,
love
right?
to them.
It's like it's part of it is text-based, part of it is it changes styles. It's an interesting game. Cool game. I have very little memory of that playthrough other than just that it was fun. It was a good time. I'm gonna put this in I have no memory of this place, not for like rude reasons, but just because like I just remember general positivity. Like it was a fun time, and actually I think my takeaway is I'm gonna go rewatch that playthrough after this.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair because I remember watching it when it came out, but I also don't remember anything that happened. I just remembered that it was like nice vibes.
Yeah,
So,
it's a vibesy game. It's one of those where like the reveal at the end is kind of but the game is doing cool stuff.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, we finished it.
Oh, you said reveal at the end. Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Let's see what else.
Slenderman the Arrival. Did we finish that, Gina?
No way.
Oh.
Did we
Wait,
finish
I'm-
Slender? That
looking
seems
it up.
like a game we didn't finish.
I'm
Hold
looking
on,
at
I can fact check.
I remember it. I remember it getting like
End.
It,
End.
yeah, it's complete.
Wow. Okay. All right. Everybody together. Gina. Okay. I also just looked at it. How many views do you think Slender the Arrival episode 4 End got?
42.
Give me more.
Really?
More
All
people.
right.
Yeah.
Incredible.
More than 42. All right. Hit me. Come on. No. You gotta go. Find it.
120.
Oh, just a little bit more. You're so close. It is
140?
168.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
168.
Look, that's not
Not
bad.
For Slender the Arrival episode 4. This game, just a quick little anecdote. This was one of my go-to, like, you have to remember, at like 17 years old, I was having like hang out with friends, late night sleepovers or whatever. And I think we played Slender a bunch because Slender was like so popular with teenagers at that point. And this we would put on to like scare ourselves at midnight. The parents would go to sleep and we'd play Slender. And so I actually have very, like, I don't know, almost wistful, nostalgic memory of that game. I have no idea about our playthrough, Gina. No fucking clue what happened.
I just remember us wandering through an area in like a farm and being lost for an extended period of time. That's all I remember.
Yeah. I think the game was bad, but I remember having fun times with it in like my own spheres.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yeah, we played that game.
The
view game is kind of funny. I'm gonna bring that up sometimes because I think it's kind of funny to see like the disparity between some of those early playthroughs.
Honestly, do because that is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Next we have a short hike.
I loved a short hike. I would say. Yeah, I guess worth watching. I don't think it's best of the best.
No, it's a
we had
really
such a nice
good
time.
one.
It's worth
I had so
watching.
much fun playing a short hike with you, man.
Mm-hmm. It's just cute, and we were
It's a
having
cute one.
fun. Did we play it in your childhood bedroom? Is that where we played it, or in the bonus room?
I think it was in the bonus room.
Okay, bonus room in our parents' house was like the game.
Yeah.
room,
The
playroom.
fun series is Monster Prom because we recorded that thing absolutely everywhere.
That one traveled with us. I feel like.
it's in a bunch of weird basements. It's in a bunch of like it could not be more all over the place.
If that wasn't clearly best of the best, Monster Prom would be kind of busted.
Yeah, no, it absolutely. It's like it wraps back around into kind of busted.
You want to go grab Monster Prom while we're talking about it and put it?
Are we making the beeline for Monster Prom?
We can go find Monster Prom.
We can just jump down to it real quick and throw it up there.
God,
well, I'll
y'all,
say
there's so
many. I know.
What
it's
am I
hard to go,
looking
like,
at here?
find
I don't even
it.
remember what the
Where is
thumbnail
Monster
No.
Prom?
That's Monster Camp. Where's Monster Prom?
Oh yeah, we have Monster
It might
Camp.
be consolidated into Monster Camp.
All of it?
I don't know.
Come back to it.
Where is
We'll come back to it. We'll come back
we'll
to
come
it.
back to it.
We'll come back to it. We'll come
Yeah,
back to it.
yeah,
We'll come back to it.
okay.
Because that's like that.
All right.
I feel like that one will also warrant a full like.
We'll
spiel.
talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We can lightning round a few. Golden Idol.
do it.
Real good. Worth
I
watching.
loved Golden Idol. I would
That's a
say
good
worth
one.
watching. That
Easily
game is
worth
amazing.
watching.
And
Yeah.
we did a really good job.
Yeah,
I've seen
I had
in recent time people really struggle on that game, and we fucking killed it.
we were so fast. We were so like on it with that game.
And we
You
are
were very
not
good at
always
it.
on
Yeah.
it. We
No.
were not, but we we got its logic pretty fast.
Yeah, no, I was incredibly proud of us in the Golden Idol.
Yeah.
You have the Telltale Game of Thrones.
Alyssa, Moulay, and me playing Game of Thrones. That's kind of busted, baby. Alyssa Moulay was one of my best friends from high school, and we never should have tried. But it's there. It's definitely up, and you can watch it, and it's busted from start to finish.
Funny. Untitled Goose Game, probably tragically unfinished.
I don't know why we didn't finish it. I don't know
why either.
We just were like, and we're done.
Honestly, I think the hype like fell off, like for real. Like it kind of it was like really, it was the it girl, and then suddenly it wasn't, and we're like, oh well, okay, I guess we'll stop playing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was like, it's not bad.
No,
like,
it's perfectly
fine. Yeah.
Ace Attorney, where do y'all want it?
I think worth watching.
I think worth watching too. I don't think I'd pitch this best of the best of the best, only because it took some time for us to get through it all. But gosh, is it fun? And we had such a good time.
It was a blast.
I would argue it's also potentially ongoing, because I know that there's more, at least for the first Ace Attorney game.
Yeah, there's
like,
chapter 5 too.
Yeah.
The DLC, it's sort of DLC, the post-release chapter.
Love it. I was so happy to finally play Ace Attorney with the two of you.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I would say that's like high worth watching tier, you know, like high A tier. So
yeah.
And it's like,
I know we're not ordering because we can't. We simply can't. But yeah.
True.
Sure. Yeah. That's too much.
Necro Barista, Gina, I think that was our first stream together.
It was our first stream. Isn't that why? I mean, like, that's not true. Our first stream was Sea of Thieves.
You're right. Sea of Thieves, that was it. Yeah.
But it's our first like we can do a game in this format, and that was pretty good. And it had billiards in it. So
and billiards.
It had me reading a very strange monologue for almost an hour. So
I mean, just could not escape from that. Like, it was just ongoing. God, but that's such a good, honestly, I love that game. I think it's worth watching.
Yeah.
And I cried at the end. And it was also during it was very much in the middle of 2020 COVID times. So, and I remember for me, my setup for this was at my fucking kitchen table, in my dining room.
Oh,
I didn't even have
that.
I didn't even have a setup for it yet. I just slapped my Yeti microphone in front of me, in front of me at my desk, which was my kitchen table, which was where I was working at the time, for work as well, in this super dark, no light coming into this this townhouse, dead in the middle of 2020 COVID times. And it was just a really emotional time, and it just really meant a lot to me to be able to play that game and be able to like you said, do this, and both do it in a stream setting and to an extent not deviate too far from what our in person sitting next to each other setup is. It just felt very good, and it is a really emotional little game, so it ended up meaning a whole lot to me.
I completely agree. I absolutely agree. It was a really special one.
It was good time. Yeah. Well, I mean, light in the darkness, we'll say. Sonic.
Best of the goddamn best.
Best of the best.
I don't know what the hell we were on in that playthrough, but goddamn it, guys. That is the funniest shit you and I have ever done.
I mean, I can tell you what we were on, which is that, I'm sure we said this during the playthrough, but we were playing it on a real outdated version of PlayStation Next, which was their streaming service before they had a streaming service, which means every single input had a quarter-second delay. And the knock-on effect of playing a platformer game like Sonic with a quarter-second delay on every input drove me crazy. I broke, and it was hot, and we also
it was so hot.
It was hot. Oh my god.
Oh my god, we were in anguish.
You were in another
space.
It was
ridiculous. we were high as shit. It was just we were.
If you want to see the worst
crazy.
platforming you've ever seen in your life.
Oh man, guys, it's so good.
Also, if you want to see me slowly broken down by a joke over the course of like what 5 episodes.
That's my special talent.
It's really
Never give up
good.
on a joke if you like it. Never give up. It doesn't matter if it doesn't play.
Your special talent is driving a joke 6 feet under that it pops up from the dead and it's like a zombie joke and it's funny.
It's
Like,
a
B's,
remarkable
no G.
skill. We're revving up. Oh.
We're revving up. 2 B's.
Oh my god.
always commit.
Just a classic. Thank you, Sonic
man.
Generations.
I love that. I love that playthrough. I was about to say I love that game, and I don't think that's true.
No, but that
Oh my
playthrough
God.
is so special.
Life is Strange. There's something special about that weird little blip.
Mm-hmm.
Not in that any of it was good, but I think I was at such a like nexus point in my life that it's very interesting that it was documented in such a strange fashion as me solo playing Life is Strange for 5 episodes and then giving up. It's just an interesting little.
Sorry, it's just the way you framed that. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's a remarkable snapshot of a very specific moment in your life, and that's kind of like part of what makes this whole thing so interesting. And that's just a really specifically interesting one.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, super interesting. I think that's the right place to put it. This one's oh God, such weird little lore with this one. In college, I was friends with this trio. They're not triplets. This family. Zoe, Eli, and Ariel. They are famous for making nerd content. They had like a daytime Emmy, and they have a bunch, millions of followers on like Facebook. Very niche stuff. And they've been doing like viral nerd content for like the last 10 years. And they lived in Michigan, and they did a bunch of stuff in tandem with the university that I was at. And so obviously, as we were getting to know each other, I like played in their band. I went to Nashville with them and played piano in their band. It's like such a weird anecdote in history.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were famous for doing nerd content and that we ran a Let's Play channel, it just made sense to do something. So we played Breath of the Wild for what, an episode, 2 episodes?
I think it was 2.
Yeah, we also played Mario Kart, which let's go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, here they are.
Yeah, you got it. Deservedly unfinished.
Yeah.
I think that's where they both are, and they're, I have no idea what happened in there. Honestly, I have no memory of this place, but I think deservedly unfinished.
Okay,
That's fair,
that
that's
is perfectly fine. Next we have Frog Detective 3, which gets to go all the way up and worth watching. Congrats!
Yeah,
Hey!
Frog Detective 3.
Yeah, I actually kind of liked that one.
I like this
That's
one.
great.
It was fun. It was cute. It was surprisingly pleasant. Thanks, Frog Detective 3.
We'll make our way back to Frog Detective 2 and 1 once we get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
The
next
redemption
is
arc comes
original Eye of the Somnium Files.
Oh man, now this is, I feel like, complicated, but I feel like worth watching.
I'd say worth watching. Worth watching is a
Yes.
good place for this to be. I think we got a
Absolutely.
lot out of that game. As many a person know, I'm just speaking totally personally here. I do not like AI very much, and I'm actually not putting Nirvana Initiative in with this. These are 2 different things.
Yeah, I know
think
that
in
you
total,
actually didn't enjoy this game all that much, but
Yeah,
you enjoyed
I
hanging out
just-
with us.
I loved hanging out with you guys, and I loved hanging out with you guys. I don't mean this the way it's sounding. I loved hanging out with you guys a lot more in that playthrough than I did Nirvana Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
No,
And
I
don't
get it.
mean
I
that
get
the
it.
way that sounds.
No, it's
you
like
know?
it's a scales situation, and it just was weighted the wrong direction in Nirvana Initiative.
Yeah. So I think we got a lot out of it, and even though like that, the tone of that game did not work for me. Once again, totally speaking personally, I do think even as someone who doesn't love that game, there is a ton to get out of it, and a genuinely terrific twist. And I think we're funny. I think we're having a good time.
We are having
Yeah,
a good time.
It's a fun one. I think the three of us work really well in it, and we had a lot of fun with chat with it too. I know some of chat is recalling spending time.
There's like classic bits in that game. Like,
there's some good ones.
Yeah, there's some really good moments in that game.
There's you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Yes.
You're beautiful. James Blunt did have the last laugh, and I still mean that to this day. We're all mocking him, and that bitch is taking our jokes to the bank, baby.
He's rolling in his grave, and he's still alive.
He's like 38. He's like,
oh my god! So this is like such a classic. Like, there's so much contained in this playthrough that it being the Somnium Files can't like tarnish it too much in my eyes. And I actually don't like the first one. It's the second one has retroactively made some of the first one's stuff less tolerable to me, but also it's highlighted the things that the first one did well, which is like
both are true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh no, we did not end up wearing the shirts, but I
have mine.
Man. Yes. Oh, wait, you have yours.
Absolutely.
I have mine. I wear mine all the time. It's a sleep shirt for me.
That's right, exactly. Right. I got a big one, and it's my cozy sleep shirt. I absolutely wear my James Blunt got the last laugh.
It's got to be around your.
That's amazing. Oh, no. I don't have one, so yeah, that's fair.
Oh, we got to get you hashtag James Blunt got the last laugh.
Got the last laugh. Yeah.
His name was Kagami. That's his name. Shut up! I knew in my head. I knew.
You almost said Kaname Date, which is also going to be equally impressive.
Oh man, that game.
That was so good. I'm glad we got our last name check.
Okay.
Momodora Symphony of the Night.
I have such a fondness for this one. I would put it in worth watching. I like this one. We finished it. I thought we were fun. That game's cool.
I love this game. I loved Momodora, like Reverie Under the Moonlight or whatever it's called.
It's great. I really had such a good time with it. For everyone, it's like a 2D Souls-like in the form of like Blasphemous or Shantae or a bunch of those, and it's very good.
Yeah,
Castlevania. Yeah,
I completely agree. It was such an unexpected surprise, and we just had so much fun with it.
We really had a kick out of it. I liked its lore. I loved its gameplay. It was just hard enough.
But also, you could get through it. Basil, you can't get on my desk, baby.
I wonder. I genuinely.
Well, she's trying.
I genuinely wonder how it is now. I couldn't even tell you because I can't. Honestly, in full transparency, I have no memory of this place, but my memory of it was having such a great time with you.
Me too.
And being like, that was great. That was great.
I remember like the bosses and like the structure and stuff. I
remember
like
that booby lady.
I remember the booby lady
where we had to hit her boobs. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A classic.
Yeah, I like that one.
A classic. Oh boy, here it comes. It's time. Where do we put Dragon Age Origins, Gina?
Worth watching.
Worth watching.
Yeah.
I think that is
we played it.
100%.
We really did play Dragon Age Origins. We did it. We really did it.
I would say two things to say about Dragon Age Origins. One, learning experience, absolutely. Two, I think that it was us like you said, we played it, and there's so much that I feel like the channel becomes based off of out of this playthrough, and like this kind of like led us in a direction where like that you and I specifically went with our playthroughs that I am so fucking grateful for, and I'm like so grateful to this game specifically and that playthrough and playing it with you and like sharing Dragon Age with you. So I will I'll stand by that game. I'll say it's worth watching.
And I absolutely stand by it too. I fully acknowledge that moderating the channel while this particular game was going up soured me on it a little bit, and that's not the game's fault. I think
that's fair.
Yeah, it took our audience in a direction that was a little bit acidic for a little while there, and so that was a little hard. And I try not to hold that against Dragon Age Origins specifically because they're unrelated, frankly.
But that's so true.
Yeah, like I think Dragon Age Origins is a fascinating game. There's so much in it that is truly remarkable. Some of my favorite parts of it are a bit controversial.
I really want to
I know,
talk about our hot takes so bad
because my favorite parts of the game sincerely are hot takes, but that's okay because I'm so glad we played it. I'm glad that it led us to Inquisition and Witcher and all of that, and I cherish certain sections of it. I also acknowledge that there is a slight bitterness in me towards this game that I don't quite know how to exercise, and that's not wholly on the game.
Yeah, I agree, because I think some of it is on the game because it is an old game, and it came out very squarely in the mid 2000s. It kind of looks like mud, and even though I know that it was extremely revolutionary for the time, and people kind of look at it with rose-tinted nostalgia glasses in a lot of ways.
It's hard to play, and from a contemporary
it's a hard one to
lens.
play.
Yeah,
it really is. But I mean, it's still very, again, pivotal, like a required reading game. And then, like you said, it did take a bit. The place where it took us, when we were moderating the channel, did a real number on our mental health a little bit too. I will say, it's
by the time we got to The Witcher,
tough.
I was more used to it and had a bit of a thicker skin. But I think Dragon Age Origins was building a thick skin, and unfortunately, it gets me on both sides of it.
Absolutely. And
having to build the skin still flipping hurts.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Yeah. And that was that's kind of what I mean by it being a bit of a learning experience. You know?
I agree.
It was learning how to navigate, getting larger, because that playthrough ended up being a pretty big playthrough.
It did. It was definitely it took off. It still is probably one of our largest, maybe one. It's
I think
top
other
5.
than the songs, it's the biggest. At least the first episode was the biggest of all time. I think it's the biggest playthrough we've ever done if you sum up all of the views together. Yeah, Dragon Age Origins 1. Oh my god, that has almost 200,000 views, guys. That really
it was a really successful one, and I think that was part of what we were navigating with it. That being said,
for better and for worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really it was an incredibly important and meaningful game.
Absolutely. I'm so glad we played it, and I'm really grateful for it, and I'm really glad I played it with you. And I cradle it even though it's a little pokey sometimes. I just kind of flip it over and then hold the soft side. So
yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I fucking like low gain. I'll say it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I think low gain's super interesting.
I think he's super interesting, and the fact that he didn't live into our other games kind of really, I don't know, kind of bothers me a little bit, because I kind of wanted to see him in Inquisition, and I don't think we brought him into Inquisition because I think we sacked him, sacrificed him. Yeah, but so still, I think he's super interesting as a character. I am with you on that, Gina. Yeah. Absolutely.
Buried halfway through the Short One Gaming ranks every game they've ever played.
Hot take.
That's sprinkled in for the true fans. You want to finish the Dragon Age playthrough? You got to watch all of the ranks of the games.
Oh man.
Oh,
Little Nightmares.
Guys, that's our first one. That's our first one.
First group playthrough.
That's crazy.
Which makes it maybe a must-watch sheerly for that.
I think, was it not really good? I thought it was good.
I thought it was good.
I remember it being fun.
I remember it being great fun. That's why I'm saying, just on that, I'd put it up there. But I also remember it being good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it being a really...
The best is hard.
Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like it's worth watching, but it's very important.
Yes.
It's very important, and I remember laughing, though. like really laughing. Allison was such a little scaredy cat.
Yeah, I was.
funny.
Yeah.
I love playing horror games with you guys. It's so fun.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and I feel like that was one. This is probably more for. I feel like Little Nightmares is probably more for us than for anyone else because it was us like discovering some chemistry between the three of us. Not that we didn't already know it,
No, but
just,
this was a proving ground, and it
ended
up being very fun.
Well, and even at that point, like Allison, you and I had known of each other for ages, but like knowing of each other is different than like getting to know each other's personalities. And I think that was also a playthrough where there's a lot of you and I, like while doing it, making eye contact, being like, "You're funny."
Yeah, we're
okay,
like,
oh yeah, okay.
Now, wait a second. Okay, you're funny.
I know.
Because I feel like any of the other times we had like, cross paths, made contact, was like, I'm like visiting your parents' house, and it's like, or it's a college visit, like those spaces where you don't really get to like fully connect. But it's
and look, like you're family at this point, but also you've got 7 years on me, so it's like weirdly the playthrough format allows for a space where I can be how I would be around my friends in ways that might not feel immediately as comfortable when we're just like grabbing dinner. And so I think that was the fun thing, that like I started being like a little brat to you because it's funny on camera, and you were a little brat right back, and I was like,
you kind of got to skip steps.
Here we go.
Because you're like, oh wait, we've got like a dynamic. This rules.
Yeah, it's like,
and I got to be like, yay, my job in our 3-person playthroughs is to just get us through the game, and the other 2,
we all found our roles.
Riff.
Exactly, which is so like, and I love playing games with you too. I really do, and this was a great launching point for that.
Oh my god, Inspector Clark is right. Little Nightmares is where I said Passion Pit wasn't good live. I stand by that. They weren't very good live. Sorry.
And sometimes
I didn't know you were trying to come out here and piss off all the Passion Pit fans.
I apologize to all the Passion Pit fans and to Passion Pit, I suppose, but
no, don't apologize to them. They played a bad show.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Not fair. Yeah, that performance was kind of meh. So
should have played a better show.
Edith Finch.
Oh,
okay.
I loved watching you two
Finch.
play this. I feel like this is either worth watching or best of the best. I should shut up. I didn't even play this game, but I just remember watching it just completely enraptured with it and with your commentary.
That's such a, I really don't know, because obviously I hold Edith Finch very close to my heart. I don't know if I remember us. I think I remembered enjoying it. I remembered liking the fish section, like everyone does. But I have no idea. That's such a funny one, because that could be a best of the best. Like maybe I watch it now and I'm like, damn.
I recall it being quite good. But also, I really love Edith Finch. So
me too. Throw it in best of the best. Here, if we're using our things from earlier, I really love Edith Finch too, and I do think we probably added to that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think
even how good that was.
I agree. Yeah. It's one of those playthroughs where I was like, I can't put this down. Like, I enjoyed watching it so much.
That makes me really happy. Cool. That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
And that one, that game really it just was so vibrant. What a remarkable game.
Yeah,
truly.
Definitely put it up there.
Tomb Raider.
No way, Tomb Raider with Alex.
I remember when y'all were playing this.
Tomb Raider with Alex. That was a blast. It was an absolute blast. We didn't finish it just because, time.
Wait, I literally never would have remembered we did that. And I do remember it because we played. Gina, how many episodes of Rise of the Tomb Raider do you think we did?
I don't know. I think it was a decent amount. I'd say 10.
More? 16 episodes.
What I also recall is you weren't there for all of them, because I do vividly remember you leaving to go take a shower in the adjacent bathroom to our recording, and it being super loud in with the recording of one of the episodes. So I do have
that's an insane thing. What?
So I know you.
Oh my god! Yeah. Wait, episode 14. I'm X'd out. I'm not there.
You just left.
So
you
funny.
just went went to shower, and it was so loud, and I was sitting there like, there's nothing I can do about this audio.
You just removed.
I'm gonna put it in kind of busted.
Put it in kind of busted. Yeah.
Why did I do that? That's so funny.
I do not remember. I genuinely have no memory of why. I just very vividly remember that you did.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Alex is a very smart, incredibly interesting person. I bet that was really interesting.
Yeah, Alex, I think is funny. A really, really good host. So I bet those were fun. I have not rewatched those, but I bet they were good. Gorgoa.
I enjoyed watching. I know. I also enjoyed watching
Gorgoa.
I liked Gorgoa.
Yeah, I think I liked Gorgoa. Yeah, that's worth watching.
Yeah, I think Gorgoa is a perfectly solid. This is like a playthrough. You know what I mean? Like, this is solid. It's interesting. It's a cool game. You know?
Yeah.
I feel very similar about Gorgoa and like Grease, where they're both. Yeah, they're both like.
We just played them.
Games that we played and had a good time.
And you gave them a platform, they're out there, and it was fun. Yeah, 100%. I think that goes into worth watching.
Totally.
Oh, Sword Shield Nuzlocke. Oh, I want to put this up top somewhere. What do you think, Gina?
This was great. It was like our proper Pokemon kickoff. You know?
No, I mean the Sword and Shield is a fine Pokemon game. I want to put this in worth watching, maybe high up in worth watching. I don't know.
I'm not doing ranking in worth watching just because that is going to be a nightmare, but we can say that this is a high up worth watching.
Absolutely. That was our first Nuzlocke that we did. I played, and Gina, you were like my co-pilot.
I was like in your corner, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did this. Gina did this amazing, adorable piece of team art of me with our Elite Four team, with Gina in the corner with a little like commentator, like you're in the pit for like racing, like with your with your little headset on. Is so cute. That's where Paul originated, our MVP Pokemon, Paul, who is sitting in my lap right now, and I hold on to Paul in every single playthrough, and he exists.
I have Paul with me too, 100%. So yeah, that's definitely a worth watching.
Yeah, and I gotta say, as far as Nuzlocks go, we killed it. Like, we were really good at that Nuzlocke.
It was a strong showing. We've gone downhill ever since.
no resets on that one, right?
We've really gone downhill since that one.
We have 14th try in our current one.
Admittedly, we've upped the difficulty. We've made it way harder on ourselves.
Yes. But that was so much fun, and I will never forget the champion fight in that one with you, and just like how intense it was. Like, it was so good. It was so much fun. So satisfying.
I completely agree. All right. Katana Zero.
Oh my god, boy. I love this one.
I might put this one in best of the best. I'm not sure.
I think it's gotta be. If anyone wants the true scene of Gina not overreacting for the camera, not upping it just for the show, Gina being actively angry at us.
Like, Gina, at both of us.
Hating
like, so mad.
Hating us.
So mad.
It was so
fucking mad.
Hot. It was so hot, and it was so hard.
It was
Zenrig, this one wasn't,
and we were being gremlins.
Yeah, we were. This one was not busted. It was just like it was a perfect storm circumstance of we had to finish it. We had broken up the playthrough of it because of like you being out of town, Jake, and then we were playing it late into the night during the middle of a heat wave, and we were just razzing Gina the whole fucking time.
I was desperately trying to get us through so we could go to bed and like be done with the playthrough, and also realizing that it wasn't gonna work. You know, that's why I was mad. Was like the sudden realization of like, I'm not good enough to get us through this game.
Yeah, it's gonna take the time to. Also, like, Allison had to go home, and Allison, like, with all love in the world, you were doing that funny thing where you're like, well, we gotta finish the game, but then every end of the episode would be like, I really gotta go home, and we'd be like, also, that's unhelpful for you to say. Are you gonna go home? And you're like, no, we gotta finish the playthrough. So we're like, stop telling us you need to go home then. Freaking us out.
Oh, Katana Zero.
I should have just like crashed on the couch. I don't know why I went home. Like, I don't know why I did that.
You were determined to go. And Gina kept being like, the couch is open. And you're like, no, I gotta go home. And I gotta go right now. And we're like, are you gonna go home right now? And you went, no, we gotta finish. And we're like,
please watch that game. Please, for our sake, for Gina's sake.
We suffered for you. You have to watch.
Much fun. Oh,
it was
so
really special. It was a remarkable time. Lego Star Wars #3 for some reason.
Yeah, why wasn't that #1? Kind of busted.
That sounds right.
That's my friend Nicholas. He's a nerdy, funny little boy.
Do we want to grab all the Nicholas ones?
Yeah, fuck it. We played Naruto. I see it there.
Oh, yeah.
Put that in. I have no memory of this place.
Oh, thank you again, Furlex. I just want to give one more shout out to Furlex for putting this together originally and all of the tracking stuff for it. Rules. Thank you.
So happy.
Rules.
Genuinely. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Tharsis.
Yeah,
this
Tharsis
one
is still,
was busted because you came back to Tharsis later, didn't you?
Yes, Tharsis is the most unfair game ever. Actually, quick funny story about Tharsis. Tharsis, we were playing in high school. It is a game that is just unfair. It's all luck and it's completely unfair. Oh my god, Wilson just came in here to pour me a drink because he's a little sweetie pie, and Wilson was talking about Tharsis.
I love Tharsis.
I know. Where's Wilson's Tharsis?
It's the worst.
I played it with Wilson.
Yeah, where's Wilson's Tharsis? Here it is.
Oh yeah, leave that up there
on the channel. Oh my god, Wilson. Wait. Show Wilson.
I love that you played it
right
twice. Wait, that's
show
great.
the.
I know we have
categories.
two different Tharsises.
Short tried twice.
Well, given the fact that I didn't even know Wilson I played Tharsis, I do think it has to go, and I have no memory of this place. Sadly,
that's valid.
I remember Nicholas's. Tharsis is a game that is inherently unfair, but one funny story is that Wilson and I in our last apartment lived with our very good friend named Liz, and Liz is a crazy completionist. And at one point in passing, she was like looking for something to play through my PlayStation account. And we were like, well, and she's like, what is Tharsis? And we're like, it's a dice game and it's inherently unfair. And it just like, it's a broken game. But we played it so much in college because we thought it was funny and we wanted to beat it one day. And she was like, oh, okay, I'll beat it. And we're like, no, you won't beat it. It's inherently unfair and it doesn't work. And she's like, go away, I'll beat it. And we left, and literally, I remember walking out the room being like, "Oh my god, I was so condescending. She's so really thinks like she'll beat this. Oh my god, she has no idea what we've been through." And like an hour later, we get a text that's like, "I've beaten it thrice."
Easy peasy. It wasn't an hour, but it was like literally within 24.
And we were like so mad.
She did play for like 6.5 hours straight.
She was like, determined.
No, she was determined.
So she put the time in, but also, damn, that's wild.
Yeah, she worked it. Honestly, hey, while Wilson's here, let's get all the Wilson playthroughs.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got Nier Automata. We got
Nier Automata.
Enter the Gungeon.
I have a dream. Okay, Nier Automata should be in Kinda Busted, but I do have a dream of going back to that one day, maybe with Kelly or something like that, like in a weekend. We can't play because you've now played it. So
I have now played Nier Automata.
Nier Automata is a perfect game. Actually,
it's really good. It's really good.
Well,
Overcooked 2.
Overcooked.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
That was a fun one.
That was when I got drunk.
I'm not putting them in Kinda Busted like permanently. I'm just trying to put them somewhere.
Yeah. That's great. Let's move them all up. Are there any? There have to be another one.
Fury.
Yeah.
Fury, baby. All right, where else?
What else did you guys play? I'm looking.
My eyes are scanning. I don't know why. I'm assuming some people will check this out who don't know all the lore. This is my roommate, Wilson. He's my best friend.
Hey, Wilson.
There he is.
Hi, Wilson.
I don't
We love
see
you,
any
Wilson.
more. I don't see any more.
He's simply always there. Okay, amazing. All right, that's all of them.
Always.
Let's figure out where they go real quick.
Always watching.
Go up real quick.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
up.
All right.
All right. So I think we gotta put, what is that? Ramsey Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yeah, I found
Did you
it.
just grab
Yeah,
it?
I found it.
We played Shadow the Hedgehog.
That should go into
Like that,
memory
and
of
I
this
have
place
no
to do
memory
it.
of this place. I have no idea. How many episodes of that? Wait, Wilson, hold. I have to know. Sherwood Gaming, Shadow the Hedgehog. How many episodes did we play of that? We played. Wait. Oh, what? 4? We played 4 episodes.
You know?
4 episodes of that. That's more than one.
That's
Okay.
more than
Ooh.
one.
Yeah, fair.
One.
All right, you ready? Everybody together now. We're taking a quick guess. How many views does Shadow the Hedgehog episode 3 have?
92.
68.
88. You were within 4.
All right,
Gina.
all
Good
right,
job. Not bad. Not bad. All right.
Fury.
Gungeon.
Or, yeah, we can start with
Fury?
Gungeon.
Let's start with Gungeon and Tragically Unfinished.
I feel
Yeah.
like Gungeon's an
Died and we
important
never
one
went back.
because you recently just beat Gungeon.
Yeah.
Well, yes, for everybody who wants to know, yes, I did just beat Gungeon, and I'm very
He did
modest
beat
about
Dungeon,
it.
and he is
super
the
modest.
greatest man to have ever lived. I don't know if people know that.
Oh,
It was the most impressive
Wilson,
thing to
they
ever
know
occur.
it. They know it. They're all well aware. I do have a dream of us doing a Gungeon race because at GDQ,
Oh,
That would be
Ooh.
cool.
Please
they
do
just
that.
did a Gungeon
That'd be
race, and I think
fun.
a Rainbow Run race would be really fun.
that
put
would
up.
be very
know.
fun.
That would
Place
be
where we're equally
really,
ranked.
really
We
cool,
are,
and
we are.
we could absolutely do that.
Whenever
So-
you feel compelled for that, please. Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun. A Way Out, Tragically Unfinished.
Very tragically
I agree.
unfinished.
Yeah.
Butts.
Butts.
Oh my God.
I even edited a whole little thing.
I
about this
know.
episode, didn't
It was
I?
great.
I remember. Yeah.
We were having fun.
We were having fun. We just never. Wilson and Kelly just played It Takes Two.
We did.
Oh.
It's so
we'll talk
weird
about
that
that
we didn't.
one.
Allison,
You know what,
why didn't we download that one?
Kelly and I are also.
What do you
playing
mean?
my
Oh,
favorite- the
we
two-player
never-
game we were loving.
It's gone.
sorry.
It's lost forever.
Did we not post that one on
No.
YouTube? Wow.
Yeah, and we
You
didn't
guys
save
played
it.
It Takes Two?
Yeah, we played all of It Takes Two, and we didn't save it on Twitch, and we didn't post it on YouTube. So I think it's gone forever.
Fascinating.
That's
I
so
thought
weird.
we
Why
did.
didn't it get
I
posted?
don't know.
That's
I
weird.
think it was early enough in our streaming that we didn't know what our deal was. But yeah, it's lost
Oh,
media.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That one will just live in our hearts and memories, and I guess.
I guess.
We can
that
talk
game
about
is
it
that
later.
game.
Yeah. Overcooked 2. I want to hear about Overcooked 2 for your birthday because that was a
Overcooked
great one as
2
well.
Was my 21st birthday. We did face cam, and I got fucking smacked.
Yeah, he
guys.
did.
I got so drunk.
I did my job.
It was a fun one. It's a fun one to watch.
I think it was funny.
It
put
was
it
a it was a treat. It's one that I think people revisit because it's just really entertaining.
It
That's
was
so
very
funny.
entertaining. I agree. Yeah.
And then last, did you know we beat Fury?
Well, I didn't beat the final boss of Fury, if I remember
didn't?
correctly. I got really mad. I beat Fury, but there's an extra special final boss that I don't think I ended up beating on that playthrough.
I'm looking. Give me 1 quick second. I'm curious. Fury. Well, that's the final boss.
Oh, did I?
I think we really. Yeah, no.
Oh my god, I did.
You beat the final boss.
I did.
We beat Fury.
It's like a solid
Yeah.
playthrough. It's
Nice.
really impressive. I had so much fun watching that as it was coming out.
Oh, to this day, we still, if we're all just a little out of it, but Wilson has enough stimulus on him, we'll have our yearly Wilson sits there and just beats Fury. In months.
Yeah.
It's a good. I mean, it's impressive. It's very impressive.
It does make me feel good about myself.
Yeah, I understand why. You're good at it. Okay, well that's all the Wilson playthroughs. There we go.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you, Wilson. Woo!
I love
So
ShortOne
good.
Gaming.
We love you. Thank you, Wilson.
Oh, yeah,
Go,
before
my
you
favorite-
go, do you have a
my
favorite?
favorites, the Undertale,
OG.
the OG.
OG. That's the very, very first one. The genocide.
Yeah,
route.
Genocide Route.
Yes.
I remember OG
that's
OG
classic.
was like classic. I watched that in my dorm room.
I think it was when I first told you we were doing this, and I was like, I mean, this is like the best place to start because it's actually where we started. And I didn't think that you were gonna watch it, and then you left and came back, and we're like, oh my god, I watched every second, and that's fucking
Which
crazy.
is funny because I knew nothing about the game. It was when I like still knew nothing about video games.
Oh, we're already putting it up there. Yeah, I mean,
Do we want to put it in best of the best?
Put it in best of the
Weirdly?
best. It deserves it.
Yeah,
I think it deserves it.
Jake's son's.
And the
Fight
editing,
was-
we
was,
were being
yeah.
funny. We were having a good time.
We were having
Come
a
on,
great
big
time.
birds make big do.
That's it. That's
Big
Flarf
words make big
poetry,
do.
baby.
Yeah. Florf poetry. Yep. I will never forget that it was the email to Toby Fox,
Which is such a classic.
I have a T-shirt with the email to Toby Fox on it.
We
It's
do-
a bad
as-
T-shirt, but I do have.
I was
it.
about to say that we explored the email to Toby Fox as a T-shirt option
Did
for
not
a
work.
hot second. It does not quite work as a T-shirt, but
it's
it
not a good
exists.
design.
And I remember your rant at the beginning of the one episode where it gets you through the first Sans Gauntlet, and just your like absolute like fuck yeah excitement at that. I was like, yeah, like man, that's like burned into my memory. So
I agree.
That's a
That
big win.
it's remarkable that was our first playthrough, but I'm still
It's a
incredibly
great
proud of
starting
it.
place. A part of me thinks that we would not still be here doing this today if that had not gone so successful.
I agree.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Completely.
we ended and we were like, that was adrenaline rush. Like, I want that again. And now we've just been like,
Chasing that high for the past
10 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
so good.
All right. Was there anything else before you leave?
Nothing really.
Okay.
I got my own drink.
All right. Amazing.
It was really nice seeing you.
Thanks for being on the
Thanks,
show.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Kelly and I in the other room watching Below Deck.
Ooh, cute. Is that as cute as you wanted it to be?
Oh, we're just being silly.
Oh, of course you are. Hi, Kelly. Kelly is waving.
Bye. Have fun.
Kelly's favorite is Monster Prom. She wanted me specifically to say that.
All right. I think we can
Oh.
reflect that too.
We will make that happen. Yeah.
A Case of Distress
Alright,
technically uploaded. I think we just discussed it last week. Like, I think it's actually, as far as I can remember, a good playthrough, but like, I feel like it's gotta be between I have no memory of this place and technically uploaded.
Yeah,
I have no
something-
memory of this
something
place.
in there.
Yep. Gaia.
Gaia busted.
Oh.
Marie's room.
What is that? I have no memory of that. What is that?
Chicken scream.
I forgot.
Oh my god.
Okay, chat's gotta tell me. Was it funny? Did anyone in chat watch
don't
that?
know.
Wait, I gotta go.
I don't know.
I watched it, but I also have no memory of this place
Chicken
either.
scream.
So
Guys, for anyone who doesn't know Chicken Scream is a game where the chicken only jumps when you go, ha! And it's me on stream going, ha, ha, ho, ho, ho.
I think you were singing. I think you were singing.
Oh, I'm singing. I'm like making music along with it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think that
that's-
was the gimmick was
That's
like
the
you were
gimmick,
singing
that's the gimmick.
songs. I'm putting this.
Wow.
Nobody remember. Like I'm putting this, and I have no memory of this
we
place.
have no memory of this place.
That's so silly. Okay.
It's a random one, but I might throw Carrot up in worth watching. I liked Carrot.
I liked Carrot.
I liked Carrot a lot.
Yeah, that's totally
Yeah.
fair.
It was just lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely game.
It was a nice time. Paranormicite is not finished, so
It's not
Paranormal
finished
is
yet, but-
ongoing. I'm reluctant to put it up here, actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we can just leave it down here.
Yeah, I need it to stick the landing, and then I can give my thoughts on Paranormal
Yep,
Site.
completely
yeah,
agree.
yeah. we'll hold on that one, but I have my thoughts on it so far, but I feel like once we finish it out, I think it might move up or down. So,
Yeah.
The Pathless.
Oh, that's a fun
Hey,
little
Gina,
game.
wait real quick. Can you move it to the bottom of this list so it doesn't sit there
Yes.
for the rest of this?
Well, we'll see. One sec.
Or somewhere?
How far? Oh my god, we gotta move. There's some on here that we're gonna say
We're
like
doing
2
okay.
words about.
Yeah,
and
we're
then
doing all
we'll-
right. We're doing all right.
Yeah. I actually think, shockingly enough, we're on time right now.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The Pathless, I think that this is interesting because I think it's a fun little game. I don't remember if our like commentary is honestly any good.
Yeah.
But we played it, you know, like I would say technically uploaded, but potentially great game bad commentary. I don't know if our commentary was
I don't think our
bad.
commentary was bad.
But-
I don't know if I'd put it in one of these. I thought it was perfectly fine. By
It's
which
a
I mean
fun
I had a
game.
great time. I had a great time
Yes.
playing the Pathless, but also like I don't, other than the creature designs, I don't have like a ton of like to grasp onto with the Pathless.
Yeah, it was just like a nice self-contained Breath of the Wild-esque little game. And it was fun and amusing and beautiful, and I love giant squids games. So I think very neutral to positive for the Pathless.
I agree.
enjoyed it. Yeah, top of technically uploaded. Actually, that's a good point. Is this
Let's
start
just start
again?
again.
Oh, either worth watching or best of the best, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably either high worth watching or just like best of the best in general.
I might just
like,
throw it into best of the best.
do it.
Yeah,
I-
put it up there. You
do it,
guys
do it,
love
do
that
it.
game.
Yeah, I start
really
again.
important.
I hold incredibly close to my heart.
Yeah.
Start again's pretty dang special.
It's it's so fucking good. It's wow. Yeah. It's so special. And playing it with you like meant a lot, and like seeing where it went, like yeah, it's so cool.
Mhm.
So it should be up top there.
Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
I loved Turnip Boy.
I love
Boy's
Turnip
cute.
Boy. It was so much
Yeah.
fun. I love voicing little fruits and veggies and also seeing the apocalypse. It was great.
We had a lot of fun with everyone who doesn't know about Turnip Boy. I literally remember finishing Turnip Boy and looking at you and being like, "That's like one of our best playthroughs that nobody will watch."
Yep.
Because
Word for
people
word.
will watch it, but we felt it, we finished it, and we're like, that's not gonna have the backing of it that I wish it did, because that was fun. We had a really great time.
Mhm.
I would even like, I don't know, I might have a few false memories, but I even remember being like, that's one of the best playthroughs we've ever done.
I
We
agree.
were funny
I-
every single second.
I would put
of
it
that
in best of
playthrough.
the best without much hesitation. I genuinely, that was so much fun. And I thought we were on the whole time, and it was just like
We
a
were
really, really
on.
good time.
The game's adorable, and I don't know, that exhilaration when you're like, wow, there was no dead air,
Mhm.
and I was laughing, like we were cracking jokes. Yeah, check out Turnip Boy. We love that one. High seal of approval on Turnip Boy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
good
good one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun. There's a sequel, right, Gina?
It is. It's a roguelike.
Would love to play that. Cool.
Oh, that's fun. Outer
Yeah,
Wilds.
Easy.
That's
Easy.
the best.
This is collective. This is both Outer Wilds and its DLC for context.
Yeah. I think it all rounds out to still being best
Yeah.
of the best. Absolutely. I don't know what else I could say about that game that I haven't already said.
Perfect game.
Perfect game. Fantastic playthrough. So much fun. I wish I could erase all memory of it and go back and play it again for the first time.
And I'm
Like,
so glad that I
God.
got to sort of do that by playing it with you. You know, like
Yeah.
that was a real gift that I got to experience. So
Oh,
just wonderful.
thank you, Gina. Yeah.
I love that game so much.
I love that game so much, and I think our playthrough is really a good one. So, oh, I remember this one.
Hey Gina, the missing. It's weirdly missing, like, I don't know.
That's funny.
JJ Macfield and the Island of Memories.
Is that where your memories of this game are? That's funny because I
a little
remember it.
bit.
I have a very
I
vivid
remember-
memory of the missing JJ Macfield in the Island of Memories.
I think I remember liking it a lot.
Yeah.
With a big caveat, but I do think I really liked it.
think
What were
that
you
one
Were you
should-
thinking?
Go ahead. Where were you thinking, Gina?
I think worth watching.
I think great commentary, but is it a good game? Like,
I mean, it gets there.
Like, as a
Like,
game.
the
Yeah,
game is
it
not
gets
great,
there.
but like ultimately I like what it was doing.
It stuck the landing. And
Yeah.
I was like, thank God, JJ Macfield, because the game is such a slog.
Yeah, it's
that
a real
it could
slog.
have so easily been bad. And if it wasn't able to stick the landing, I would have said great commentary, bad game. But I do think
This
in
just
the
feels mean
end,
to it. Yeah.
yeah, because it's nice and like honestly, it was one of the first games I ever played, games specifically, that really I might not even say nailed. Like maybe I'll look back now and see a million
I wouldn't say
problems
it
with
nailed its trans representation, but it
Yeah,
certainly
well, you
was
see where I'm
sincere
going with
about
that.
it. Yeah, it certainly was sincere about it.
And sincerity oftentimes is what I'm asking for,
Mhm.
you know? I think I'm gonna say worth watching. I don't want to be mean to Macfield. I have a fondness for it in my heart,
I do too.
I think.
But I also have never rewatched it other than when it was going live.
Me neither.
So,
So it might
Yeah,
be
I
a
only watched it the
mess.
one time
I-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got no idea. Honestly, anybody in chat have memories of the missing, please throw them out. Oh, here we go. Malaloba was solid. That's nice.
okay.
Seeing thumbnails, didn't watch. Great. Thanks so much for your contribution.
This was the funniest,
Appreciate
like,
it.
side by side because I created 2 thumbnail options for it, and one was this, and the other was this beautiful, like, serene flowerscape. And I'm like,
Dramatic.
And
Which do you
I
wanna
thought
go
that I thought they were funny. I was like, put up the weird stickers.
with? I like the stickers.
And every episode had a different sticker, which was cute, Gina. That was cute.
I
of you
thought
to
that
do.
was really
Thank you.
cute.
It was
Yeah, that you
more
did that.
work than I
Yeah.
should have put into it.
It's true.
Never Alone,
Actually, that one
tragically
got some
unfinished.
good. That one got some good views, actually, Gina. For the
J-
time
JJ
that it
Macfield?
came out, it was. Yeah, every episode is around 1,000 views, which is pretty good for that time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Look, that was I'm very glad we played that game.
Totally.
Yeah. I put Never
Mhm.
Alone into Tragically Unfinished because we lost the final episode and I straight up have no idea what happened to it.
Oh my god. yeah,
Oh,
just
that
in
is
a
very
way.
tragic,
Yep.
actually.
I think we liked it, right? That was a cool
We liked
game.
the game. We liked the game. I don't know why we never re-recorded the finale. But
I think
I don't know.
it was getting no views, and we decided not to care.
That's fair. And also,
sadly
this
think
was, I
it's
mean,
that.
as you can tell from the art, this was so long ago that I think we were just kind of like, oh, well, this gone forever.
That's really the fun part. That's really the fun part about the fact that you changed the art after a while, Gina, because it's very nice to be like, if I'm in the skull hoodie, oh my god, I'm a baby.
Yeah,
you know?
you're a
like, you can
child.
trace it pretty well, but I appreciate that. You know, it shows eras.
hmm
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, that was that. Fossil Echo.
I like Fossil Echo. I have a lot of fondness for it. I would put worth watching.
I will put it in worth watching. However, I will say I went back to rewatch a few episodes of it, and boy, there's a lot of dead air. Which, considering
Oh,
the
really?
episodes were like 10 minutes at the time, is remarkable.
Oh, so maybe great game, bad commentary.
I might actually.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's totally
There's
fair.
one episode which is really funny. It only has one comment, and it's from the person that orchestrated the soundtrack, which is just sort of summarized as Fossil Echo.
Oh,
I did like the game though. I
I
really
liked
did.
the game too. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was fun, and like I think our commentary in some parts of it are good. We really go in on a joke about the main character killing his own father.
Nice.
and that's the game. And all the episodes are 10 minutes long.
We're really trying to capture an early Game Grumps when we
Yeah.
first started, and that's so out of fashion now.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, for sure. Do
Pony
we wanna do a few-
Island.
I was just about to say, do we want to do a few more and then like take a break? Maybe we'll go through a couple of the Danganronpas and
can
then.
I ask a real question? We
Yeah.
feel like we need a break.
I don't need a break.
Oh, Do or do
I'm kind
not.
of cooking. I just feel like there's so much to do. I kind of want to cook.
I
Personally.
agree,
But
but
if we
if
need a
anybody
break,
has
we're
to go to
taking
the
a break.
bathroom, then that's
Yeah.
viable.
I'm actually fine.
Okay,
right
then
now.
I think
So-
let's cook.
Unless folks at home need a break, but otherwise, I'm having a great time. I want to keep going.
Take us to the
So-
toilet. Pee with us, baby.
Yeah.
You're allowed. No one's stopping
We
you.
can't hear you. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You're fine.
Piss away, girl. You got this. Cheetah Pony Island.
Pony
people tell me
Island.
that it's fine. People have told me that Pony Island is a perfectly fine playthrough. And therefore I'm gonna put it in perfectly fine playthrough.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Technically-
it's
Okay.
I had no
interesting
memory of it.
game.
I'm gonna be real. I
Really
actually
interesting
don't
game.
even remember. Yeah.
I played it solo. That was when I was trying that. The first time. And yeah, it's a full playthrough. It's a really interesting game. Yep.
You know they're making Pony Island 2.
I do know that. I'm intrigued.
That's gonna be fun. Oh my gosh, I had an aspiration, everybody. I had a dream once that I would do like, God, a monthly update, a weekly update. I have no idea how ambitious I was trying to be with it, but I thought it would be fun to play through Sonic Adventure 2, which is my favorite game of all time, or I guess the most like important game to me of all time, and to like raise my chows alongside life updates. So
Yeah.
like to talk about things going on, basically make like a podcast.
It's like a little blog.
A little
a little blog, a little podcast while raising my chows. And then I made one episode, and that was the end of my Chow Garden
It was
updates.
a
And it
great-
would be funny.
It would have been
to come back.
amazing if you had done that.
It would have been great had I done the thing I set out to do. It would have been fucking legendary. You guys have no idea what you missed out on.
In your brain, it's great.
and you guys are right. I could still upload it. That would be pretty hardcore to do episode 2 8 years later.
Yeah, honestly.
I'd be like, man, do I have an episode for you? Big update. I'm getting married.
That would be such
Honestly, I
a
think-
funny thing to update.
I think that's pretty funny though. There's something there, so I wouldn't write that off. Yeah.
Maybe you never know. You never know.
Oh my god.
All
Duncan
right, baby.
Rompa,
Best of.
2 Goodbye Despair, top next. Danganronpa V3, top next. Like
Boom.
Yeah, I'm fine
Boom.
with
Put
that.
them up there. They deserve to be there.
boom.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly
That's
fine
the
with that.
that's where they live, and that's that on that. I don't know what else to say.
Nope, that's that on that. We have a whole different
Good, damn
Danganronpa
good.
tier list if you want to hear our thoughts on Danganronpa.
Actually, that's a great way. Save time. Go check that out.
Actually, yes, yeah. If you want to hear us talk about Danganronpa, we do a great little retrospective. God, love that. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, we gotta keep moving.
Those games are good.
I
Those
dropped
games are so
Uncharted
good.
in Tragically Unfinished because it was.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I still
Crow
have actually
Country.
never finished Uncharted 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I kept waiting for us to come back and finish it that playthrough, and then it's
Oh.
been years.
Gina, if
Oh.
ever you're having a cute rainy Saturday, play Uncharted 4. It's great. It's a Naughty Dog classic. It's really fun. It's everything you think it's gonna be, but what that is pretty damn good. You know?
Honestly, will do. That sounds like a good time, and I think it's time to let this one go and just play the dang game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's truly it's a great rainy Saturday. It's like,
Mhm.
what else am I gonna do? None of these games are gonna hit. Oh, wait a second. I never finished Uncharted 4. Actually, I would like that right now.
That makes it absolutely. All right,
Yeah,
I will do
that's
that.
Yeah.
Crow Country.
What'd you guys think of Crow Country? I never got to hear your thoughts after that game.
That's fine.
It's
The ending
fine.
is much darker than you'd expect.
Yeah,
okay.
it ends up going some places, and you're like, oh wow, okay. I think that it's probably worth watching, or it's technically uploaded. I'm like, again, neutral to positive on it. So yeah, I think it's worth watching. If only because it's an interesting indie game that plays itself as like a little period piece, basically. Both like in the gameplay, the look, the feel, the setting, the story. Like it is like we're going squarely like in the 90s.
Yeah,
and
it also was exactly the right length, which I respect so much in a game. So like I have, like you said, sort of neutral to fond thoughts about Crow Country. I'm glad we played it.
Yeah, I'm glad we played it. Yeah.
Minute.
Minute. Yes.
Bro, I loved Minute. Minute was
I
great.
love the music in it.
Minute is what outed the channel to my coworkers at my previous job. Yeah, I had one of my ex-coworkers, he was a producer at the time, came over to my desk and he's like, "Hey Gina, have you ever heard of the game Minute?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a great game." He's like, "Yeah, I thought so. I thought you'd say that." I was looking up the soundtrack for Minute, and the first video on YouTube about Minute was you.
That's so funny. That's hysterical.
Like, yeah. Did you like it?
Did you like it?
That's really funny.
Yeah, so it just cracked me up, and that's how a bunch of my coworkers learned about the channel way back when.
That's so funny.
The sound. What I will say about Minute is it has the bomb-ass soundtrack. I listen to the Minute soundtrack all the freaking time. It's so good.
It's a great soundtrack. I listen to it all the time as well. Very
and
very
the game
good.
itself was really fun too. We had a nice time with it.
Yeah, no, it's a good, solid little experience. Love Minute.
Yeah, worth watching.
No way.
Lost
Okay,
Kingdoms!
all right. The most obscure playthrough maybe on this list, and everyone, I say go watch it. I bet there's something funny buried in that. I want it to be worth watching with like the asterisks of all asterisks.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna put it
really
technically
mean that.
uploaded, because
But you here
I
all
don't know what's in
you
there.
All know. Oh, we were babies, but Lost Kingdom. It is an old FromSoft game from pre-Dark Souls. It is I guess it's a card-based monster summoner game.
I call
but it's
it a
actually
card-based
real-time
action role-playing game.
Yeah, you're like a woman who uses cards to summon monsters that do different things in real-time battle arenas. It's very interesting.
Lost Kingdoms is that game where it's like if somebody's like, if you could get one contemporary adaptation of any game, what would it be? I'd probably say FromSoft doing another Lost Kingdoms game.
I'd kill for modern day FromSoft to do Lost Kingdoms. Like,
man,
oh my god!
I'd love to see it.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be the treat of all treats.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I mean. Like, I don't care about us. Maybe we put that in Great Game Bad Commentary.
I think
like
that's
that game is just very
place for
fun.
it to go.
Yeah, I want people to know that this game existed, which was literally why we played it in the first place. This was like a childhood game for us. It's something I wish more people knew about because it's been so lost to time. And even in our replay, I think I remember us being like, this is cool. There's something to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
cool.
completely agree. And then its sequel also did some really cool stuff, but we did not do a playthrough of the sequel. Forgotten City, baby!
Oh.
Bingo, bango. Love that game.
Put that at the top, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That is a good-ass game, and I think we have a pretty decent playthrough for it, too. It also doesn't overstay its welcome. It's perfectly paced. And it's got a great twist.
It really does. It's what a cool ass game.
Cool little game. If anyone's unfamiliar with Forgotten City, it was originally a Skyrim mod where it like takes place in like an old Dwemer ruin. And they like basically just fully developed it out into its own like standalone game, and it takes place in a forgotten, Roman city. And it is so good. Oh, it's so good. It's exactly our shit. if you know what mine and Gina's shit is, it's that.
It slots so perfectly into that niche. It is such a cool game, and it's one of those that like I find myself chasing. I think you and I have both said aloud, like I really want like something like Forgotten City, you know, like I want that.
Yes, I want that experience again.
Really good.
Cool.
Umurangi Generation.
Oh, I remember this one.
Interesting.
Vaguely remember this one.
I might put this in great game
great game bad commentary.
Yeah.
Me too.
Turns out we were just not very good at it.
We weren't very good at it, and I don't think we knew what to do with it. Like, I do think we have a couple genuinely interesting pieces of commentary on it in our analyses of the world, because I think we're pretty good at like that like literature based
like understanding what they're trying to do, like
we're good at getting to the heart of like, this is its thesis and now let's discuss its thesis, and that's always been a talent of ours. So I do think there's something to get out of it in that capacity. But I do think this is kind of like a Disco Elysium sort of space to be in, of the game is doing a lot and we just didn't really know how to interact with it in the best way. I think maybe.
Yeah, no, I think that's accurate. Another one that I'm desperately glad that we played, and I'm also glad that we played it on the channel, if only so more people could have eyes on it. But yeah. I think we undershot the global experience of Umurangi Generation.
That's fair.
Totally.
I was gonna say Inspector Clark is right. It was iconic for the crab at the end. That's just pretty funny. That's just pretty funny.
I mean,
Clark, I had forgotten.
That's honestly all I really remember.
That was
about
pretty funny. That was
those last 2 episodes and then the crab. Like
the crab was incredible.
That was pretty funny.
I love that game. I really do. I have a lot of fondness for that game as a whole.
Yeah, no, Umurangi Generation is a remarkable game. It really is.
Yeah, it's a cool one for sure. Oh my god.
Stars in Time.
Yes.
I kind of just wish it, and although I do have different feelings about it and Starting in a Prologue, I think they're doing different things, so I think it's fine for them to be separate. Stars in Time is very good.
It's very, very good. Absolutely. I know you and I, we finished that game. We had a lot of like thoughts at the end of it that we recorded and then didn't record as well. I think they should both go up top here.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
For sure. Absolutely. 100%. And I think you're right. They're different. They're doing different things and they have different things to say. So, God, wow. Those games together, like,
yeah, it's a little package
as a
deal.
package.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good shit. Definitely go play and or watch both of those. Yeah.
Is this
good.
3/4 home? Yeah, this is 3/4 home.
3/4 home. I recall really liking 3/4.
I do too. I remember really liking 3/4 home. If I recall, it doesn't have sound, so it's kind of a weird playthrough. So I'm tempted to put it in Great Game Bad Commentary, not because our commentary was bad, but just because there's something. Maybe it's a little busted.
Maybe a little busted. I remember really caring, which is why I don't necessarily want to put bad commentary.
No, you're right.
Because we really invested in it. And like, even if it's kind of busted, once again, we were also kids. Like, I don't really remember what happened in that for realsies. Maybe technically uploaded is the right place to put it. I wouldn't go out of my, maybe this is it. I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, you guys gotta watch 3/4 home. Like, I know you probably haven't, and there is enough in there worth checking out. But if you want some like deep lore stuff and you want to see something on the channel that almost definitely no one here has seen, that I think might be kind of great or interesting to you, it also might not. 3/4 home is, I think, the perfect sort of like gamble to take.
I agree. It was a really, really interesting one. And it also, like, I feel like enough can't be stated about how much this was almost a linchpin in our pivot to weird indie games.
Yeah, well, us both being like, wow, we never would have played this.
Yeah, we're like,
without
we
this.
never would have played this. The channel is what made us, pick this up. And I am a better person for having played this. We should seek out games like this. Yeah.
That's cool because
Yeah.
this is one that I haven't watched this one, so I'm curious. I might go back and check it out.
It's
Yeah.
a buried one. Honestly, I might go back and check it out. I'd be interested in how it holds up, but I do have like a fondness for it.
Same. And actually, Zach, I was talking with him the other day, and he mentioned 3/4 Home, and it got me
Wow.
thinking about it. So yeah.
What an obscure
cool.
game.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So yeah, just an interesting one. Battleship.
Oh, I think that's either worth watching or best of the best.
I'm gonna put it
honestly.
for me in best of the best.
That one was really special because we turned that into, I think, a really great experience for the two of us.
I just love
because
this game so much. Like
it's got so much heart and charm. The art is beautiful. The voice acting, like the story is great. It's just such a cool, charming fucking little game. And I love the mechanics of it. And I love that we sort of adapted the mechanics into like a 2-player game past the controller for us, which was super fun. Like I just have incredibly fond memories of playing it. And voice acting. I feel like this was one of the games where we were experimenting with voice acting a bit more seriously.
Absolutely.
And
We really committed for it, and it felt
Yeah.
great. It felt so good, and I this one was just really special.
yeah, that one's super special, and it's such a cool little game, and it's definitely worth checking out. So love it.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
it goes there proudly.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Oh.
Oh, this is one I do not
Bad
have memory of this
game,
one.
good commentary,
I'd put
maybe?
it there. Yeah.
I feel like that game, we wanted that to be,
Edith Finch or something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like clearly it wants to be Edith Finch, and it is not. It's it's a classic indie walking sim of the era. But there was like something to it, and I think we really like leaned in with it. But I don't think it necessarily I also don't really remember it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't remember the game super positively, but I do remember like having fun playing it with you. It was one that because around that time we also played Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which we never uploaded.
Yeah,
because
we were
it
doing a
took
lot
me-
of those.
Yeah, and this
That's a
one
lost one.
was
1,000 hours.
yeah.
That did not hit for us.
No. Oh my god, the slowest walking speed ever.
And they're like, it's actually a part of the game, and I'm like, it's
I
infuriating,
know,
is what
but,
it
like,
is. I'm so sorry
God.
to tell you.
Yeah, I'd put it here. That I don't feel wrong about putting it there. Village.
Yeah. Okay,
Hmm.
wait. I got
Yeah.
wait.
Yes.
Maybe Vanishing of Ethan Carter was good. I'm reading the comments on the last episode, and people are liking it. I love this game so much. I love the commentary and the overall series as a whole. I have my mind is totally blown right now. Didn't see that coming at all.
Maybe I should rewatch The Vanishing of
Maybe
Ethan
we
Carter.
should-
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe should it go in No Memory of This Place then?
Maybe. Honestly, this may be
I should go in no memory of this place.
Okay.
But not in
Yeah.
a negative way. You know what
no,
I mean? Like,
yeah.
just to-
I think I'd need to rewatch it to have an opinion there.
That's fair.
All right.
I'm
I
torn
have
on
no
where
idea.
to put
I don't know.
Resident Evil Village, because I have thoughts about it. I think it's probably worth watching. Maybe. I don't know. I've mentioned this before, and I think I mentioned it at the end of the playthrough. It made me really motion sick.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing I hold against it, is that I know it was unpleasant for you to play, and that absolutely colors my opinion of Village.
yeah. It had a real like accessibility issue with it for me, where I just I think it was a combination of like you know, the game itself plus like our setup for it. We had like a really large screen TV that we were sitting kind of close to, which I mean, we have done that for all of our other games. So it like, I don't know, I didn't really think anything of it, but like I had to like prep to play this game, which kind of sucked, you know.
I
like,
straight up would be fine putting it in bad game, great commentary, because like it's not a bad game, but it was a bad game to it hurt you, and that's
for me specifically.
That's not.
It made me physically ill.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it just and I know exactly what happened. It just has a field of view you can't change, and just the camera movements and everything. So, but for whatever reason, it just like really kicked my motion sickness. And, yeah. So, but like,
yeah, I think let's put it there.
I don't hold. I mean, if nothing wrong with like liking Resident Evil Village. I think that it's like a fun romp of a like, you know, horror action.
Oh yeah, it was
game.
fun. Yeah,
it's fun and silly and like not really scary. You know, it's just like a little like fun little movie. You know,
You did finish it, right?
Yeah, we finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it did not. It literally like it didn't sit well with me. So, sorry, Resident Evil Village.
no, it has to take that on the
feeling-
chin.
No, you're right.
While
yeah.
I'm looking, by the way, I'm sorry. It's just kind of hurting my heart that Icy is the only thing to throw it in the garbage. that is making me sad.
That's really mean. I can get rid of throw it in the garbage and put this up here.
No. Let's go to the end and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
that,
I think that's really
that made
fair.
my heart a little heavy. I'm like, are we not
I'm
gonna put
sorry.
anything else there?
Oh.
Hating on Icy has also become like an inside joke for us over the
Yeah,
years
it has
too,
been a bit of a
you know?
meme, and
It's
may
really
be
not
fair.
that bad a game,
Yeah.
but we
Wait,
just
the other
didn't like
one's
it.
right. Donut Country is coming up.
Oh yeah, fuck that game. All right, great.
Okay, let's get to it. What's Grease?
Grease is good. Grease is worth watching. That's a nice playthrough.
I think that's worth watching. That's a chill one. Yeah.
It's chill. It's good.
Yeah.
I watched that one. Yeah.
I have strong feelings, but it's a good game, and I thought we were having fun.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, I love our Cube Escape playthrough.
I do
This
too.
one's cool.
I really like. I know we didn't finish it, but we got really far, and we finished a lot of it.
Does that mean it's
so
tragically
many of them.
unfinished?
No,
worth
because
watching?
we finished. There's like 6 finished games in there.
Cube Escape is
you know,
so
that's fair.
many different
Yeah.
games. It's so much stuff. So like, that's the thing. That series could have been a million different series if we had decided. And we had made a decision early where Gina was like, "Do you want each of these to be separate, or are they all just Cube Escape?" And we were like, each like some of the games are like 7 minutes long, and some are
Like
3 hours.
Exactly.
Like it's impossible to know. So we're just gonna keep uploading them.
Like we probably
They're
in
like-
retrospect could have uploaded like the hotel as its own game, but I think it's fine that they're all in one little bundle. And all
Yeah,
of the games
for-
in the bundle are done. We beat Cube Escape for what it's worth. It's just
Yes.
they keep releasing games.
It just
And
keeps
there's a
going, and
movie
all
in
of them
there.
are just weird little standalone puzzle games that, like, if you really, really, really back up, you see a story. No, yes, for in the comments, we do follow the story. We have a lot of story analysis while we're playing, and we solve them all, and we, you know, because we played them all, it's possible for us to really talk about what we think is going on. So there's a lot to get out of our Cube Escape playthrough. We took the
I
game
think it's a really
seriously.
Yeah, we definitely met it where it was at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like our Cube Escape series. Frankly, I think if it was finished, I might bump it, but I think it is definitely worth a watch.
That's cool.
Totally.
Donut
Okay.
County.
Look, Gina, I don't know if you agree with me. I fucking hated that game. It was very similar to, we'll get to the other Frog Detectives too. There was like a space where indie comedy games were doing a thing that just really didn't work for me. And a lot of indie comedy games were doing that. And ones that were popular, they worked for other people, and I give them major credit for that. But I think Donut County, even maybe more than the Frog Detective games, even though those are more of like a meme in the lore of Short One Gaming, like every joke fell flat to a point where I'm like, this is so obnoxious to me. I can't get down with the world of humor that they're choosing to invest in. It is that pocket that irks me, and like it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, which is why I had such a visceral reaction to it.
I think that's fair. I originally was going to put it in a great commentary bad game, but based on that, I might just pop it down and throw it in the garbage. Again, this is not the game. It is the our experience with the game.
But I guess that's the question though, right? Like with Icy, I don't think we were funny. I don't think we were having a good time. I do remember being a little funny with Donut County, which makes me think maybe like throw it in the garbage also feels like we're a part of that too. It's like, just don't watch this. Like, if there's anything I can say, like, guys, don't watch Icy.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You're not gonna get anything out of it. Whereas with Donut County, if you're ready for me to shit on a game that a lot of people like, I do think we were pretty funny, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with keeping it up there.
That's valid.
Pokken, whatever. That goes into.
I have no memory of this place.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm
No
gonna
memory.
say-
No, wait, Gina. I wanted to fuck that Pokemon, and that was kind of funny.
You did. You thought Breakson was hot, so you know.
That started this whole like furry thing with the channel.
I'm glad that you decided to bring that back up. I was just gonna move on.
No.
We'll wait.
It's part of my idea. Everybody go Google Breakston. Don't fuck with me. She's hot. Come on, let's all be realists here.
She looks like a Sonic character, so you know it all tracks.
You know, and Sonic's my boyfriend. So let's all just calm down for a second.
God.
Yes, Boyfriend Dungeon is tragically unfinished.
Yeah.
Tragically unfinished.
We just simply
yeah.
never went back to it. I don't really know what to tell you about that one.
Yeah, we never went back to it, and I think the hype kind of cooled a lot too. And then we were just like, nah, we just
Yeah.
It was.
Here's a fun life thing. I was going through a breakup when we did that. I don't know if you recall. That's the same. That's the same timing, and that breakup wasn't great. So I think I was just like not committing to a bunch of shit.
I think that's super fair.
Yeah.
That's super fair.
Yeah.
Completely.
But you know what else came around? That the iCarly video,
Which is a classic.
That's me throwing all my energy into something. I don't know if anybody else knew that was specifically because I was going through a breakup.
Is that on here?
I don't think so, because it's not a playthrough.
You're right, but it is on the channel.
Yeah, technically.
This is the problem.
I'm looking for
But like willing isn't on here.
You're right.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
You're right. You're right.
Right, these are just
You're right,
playthroughs.
you're
Just
right.
playthroughs.
You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, that's some insider baseball right there. Cheech, one of my favorite people in the entire world, was the first person he saw me like 2 days before the breakup when he was like, oh no, you're gonna break up. And I was like, no, we're not. And he was like, oh, I got news for you.
Oh.
And then spoiler alert, we did. And we had bonded 2 nights before about iCarly. So we thought we'd watch the new show together, and I decided to throw all my energy into that silly little project.
It was great.
I
really enjoyed it.
It's a funny thing.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't watched the iCarly video, I highly recommend it. That's a personal favorite for me. And you can tell, like, with the amount of effort that went into it, you'll be like, ooh, that guy went through a breakup.
It's like that. It's like that meme from Parks and Rec. Is like, would a depressed person make this? He's like holding the like
the claymation,
stop motion claymation doll at the camera. Oh, it's a good one though. It's good.
Now talk about something I don't know how to feel. I think great commentary, bad game.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
I was on my way up there.
I think maybe
if you
bad game is harsh.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it is totally fair to enjoy Mediterranean Inferno. I get why people respond to it really well. I think all of us collectively were like, huh, about that. But boy, was it fun having Blake on the channel, and it was real. I feel like we really tried to meet the game. We really did.
We tried really hard, and Blake will be back, and we will be playing something a lot more fun and user-friendly. He had such a great time. And I just I don't know, with a game like that, you've heard us say you've heard me say stick the landing a lot on this stream,
Mm-hmm.
and that is not important for everyone, but at least Gina, you and I think can really agree on this, and I believe you too, Allison. But like, when something takes that bold a swing, no matter how much I respect the swing, I need to know it was for something, and thus
And
I
the
say stick
ending,
landing.
it's like
like justify yourself to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prove to me in the end why you were this way. I could even dislike you the entire time, but if you stick your landing and prove yourself enough, then I can rewire and be like, I see. I
Yeah.
see the journey, and
Absolutely.
I'm in for the journey. Whereas something like that even though I get that its bold swing was interesting, and there were times that I was really enthralled with the way it was telling its story, the fact that the ending was what the ending was made me be like, oh, so it was all for naught.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a shame, because there are some really remarkable like visual pieces and imagery, and like some of its storytelling I think is super clever, but I didn't leave it feeling like it had given me anything.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like it definitely felt like it rolled its ankle at the finish line there. Like
it did.
It was and but at the same time, I'm so glad I played it like with you two and with Blake, like because I felt like we were really trying to like rise to the occasion, to, like you said, to meet the game where it was. And I think of for what it was, I don't think we could have done it any differently, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
And I really enjoyed like our commentary, and I really enjoyed like giving it a chance, you know? And playing with Blake was so much fun. And
I feel
rules,
bad
so.
that that's what we threw him in on, but also I wouldn't have wanted to play that game without him, turns out. So I don't know what to say about all that.
No,
Yeah.
both are true, and I do mean it. He's been so kind and really been wanting to join us again. And next time we will do something else. I agree with you. What an interesting one to be Blake's first foray into the Let's Play genre. We didn't know. I said, "Do you want to play a fun gay Fantasia?" And he said, "That sounds excellent." And then we played. That no more thought went into it, other than that.
But I mean that's like that was like a double risk of like playing a new game blind and also like doing a guest at the same time.
I mean, I will say more than the number of times we've been burnt by playing something where we're all going in blind is something that we should probably examine, but that's okay.
Yeah, but also like I don't know. I will forever believe in the power of playing and disliking a game in real time.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I think that's half the fun of this, of like, I don't know, even I see it on the horizon and we'll deal with it when it comes, but even with something like a Nirvana initiative, I don't discredit the experience of us working through it and formulating our opinions in real time, even though they be negative. I think that's a part of the experience.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree wholeheartedly. On that note, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop great commentary, bad game up in here. It could be argued that it's not a great game, but that we did bad commentary on it because we had such a bad time.
Yeah.
But
user reference may vary, because I know, I'm surprised. I give a lot of credit to everybody who watched it, because how do I say this? I was very impressed by the amount of people who were there that were like, I actually do love this game, but I'm enjoying this and I can be there. Because I don't think we ever wanted to hurt anyone's feelings.
no, absolutely not.
Or do anything like that. That was never the intention. And I think sometimes we were so emotionally impacted by our disliking of it that I got nervous we were doing that. And so I think that's why I would get scared sometimes with that game, but it made me very happy that everybody seemed to be down for being like, okay, this is a singular experience of playing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, it for me at least, like, I feel like it was really kind of standing in contrast to its first game, at least like for me, but I don't know. At the same time, how different really are they?
I think they're different. I genuinely think
I agree.
Nirvana Initiative makes the first game worse, which means there was something to make worse. But
Yeah.
still, yeah.
Yeah, but I will say though, it was I feel like it was still like a funny experience, even though like we dislike the game. And I know that we said this earlier at the top of the stream, that like we generally like try to stick to games and experiences that like we like and enjoy, because we just want to like foster positivity, and
it's so much easier and more fun to like stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
but sometimes you don't, and
yeah,
that's real and it's honest, and we have to just kind of figure out what to do with that. So I don't know if there's a right spot for Nirvana Initiative. I wouldn't put it and like throw it in the garbage, because that's not how I feel about it at all.
What I feel is too much time for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we stuck it out. We played goddamn game, and for better or for worse, but we did it, and we gave our emotional energy to it. And I will say we tried, like even when we were hating it, we hated it because we kept trying to meet it on its level, and it just kept not giving us the thing we desperately were hoping it would.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yep.
I will say my least favorite game I've ever played on this channel. My least favorite game I've ever played in, I think, the history of gaming. Definitely on the channel. I really mean that.
No. I felt the sincerity of that. That's sort of why I was chuckling. Yeah. That's all.
That game is like a tried and true proof of like, want to know what I fucking hate in storytelling? Check this out.
Yep.
Yeah. Which once again, I'm glad I played that. I'm really glad I have a bottom. There's
it's a real learning
nice to that
experience. And like, I think it was interesting because it's got this really big structural twist that ultimately has no impact at all on the narrative. And that to me was what was so offensive about it. And that was really interesting to me, because it's like, I know a lot of people that are like, but it does such a cool thing. And I realized just for me, that doesn't work. And that's helpful for me to know going forward.
Totally.
Yeah, so I don't know.
You learn a lot from the things you don't like.
Yeah,
you learn
absolutely. Especially when they're also so close and adjacent to the things that you do really like as well. And I think that to me is probably why it stands out as like one that I don't like very much, is because it's standing next to Zero Escape and it's standing next to AI the Somnium Files, but it's like, in my mind, it's like it just like is a little skewed, and it's making things sort of like more obvious and egregious to me. So yeah,
I agree. Next is her
I love
story.
Her story.
I love her
story.
And we 100%ed that damn game.
Yeah, we did.
For worse, I'd say, but
probably just worth watching. Or do you think best of the best?
I'd put it in best of the best.
I put it up there. I love her story.
I think it's really solid. No, I agree with you. Sorry, I keep getting sort of caught on the list because it's big, but no, I think it's a really solid one. I think Telling Lies is worth watching.
I love Telling Lies.
I really liked Telling Lies.
Which is funny because Her Story is probably a better game, but we really ate up Telling Lies, you know?
There it is. It's at the top. We really did eat up Telling Lies. I agree. I think Her Story is probably a better game, but Telling Lies is so ambitious and so cool. And you wouldn't have Immortality without Telling Lies.
And Immortality is like a perfect thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so good. So, yeah. I'm glad that we played those two.
We could not play on the channel because it's got so many boobies in it.
It's got a lot of boobs, but it's really good.
Okay, great.
What's next?
Our Soul Link. We didn't do it. So I'm gonna.
Well, we did fail right at the very end.
Yeah, we got lazy and we didn't level up, and then we failed.
We ended up we loaded back and we ran through the end there. I do recall that we failed at the very end. So Technically uploaded, I suppose, but
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was a ton of fun.
time.
To be clear, this
Oh
was
my God,
a
so much fun.
blast, an absolute blast. But given that we were ultimately unsuccessful and then dropped it, I'm gonna put it technically uploaded.
I would argue it could go in worth watching, just to see us like do our first Soul Link. And I think there are some genuinely funny moments in there, but it can stay in technically uploaded. That's fine.
I don't have it. I that sounded like I had a stronger opinion than I do. I had so much fun with our Heart Gold Soul Silver Nuzlocke.
It was a good time. Yeah.
Oh, Amori.
Amori. I think that's worth watching.
Yeah.
I think it's worth watching.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm
sorry. I'm actually gonna prop this back down here.
Yeah, put it down there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Next to Amori, you're like,
yeah,
oh,
like
maybe not.
no, that's not right. Oh, Amori.
Yeah, I think the couch, you kind of nailed it. It more fun to watch than to play at some points, and we definitely were like aware of that as we were playing. We're like, we are the ones providing this game, so you don't have to play it in places.
Amori definitely was like the hardest game to get through ever
in a while. Yeah,
like
Did you say that over like a Dragon Age Origins?
Both of them definitely had that we just need to finish this game, but like Amori, I just remember sitting down and being like, oh my god. Okay, back into the castle. Let's go. Which is like sounds like I'm bashing. I'm so glad to have played this game, but
absolutely,
boy,
100%.
There's a lot of it that doesn't work for me. Except for speaking of sticking the landing, never has a game stuck the landing better than Amori.
Yes. Yeah, and I honestly I think that's what redeems the longness of it. I think the game is too long. I think it's got some funky pacing like in the middle parts. But it has such a good ending, and its emotional beats are really strong.
It also was like I loved voice acting for it. I love these characters. I really like there's little sequences in there that mean just the world to me. Like I am overburdened with thoughts and feelings about Amori, and ultimately, if a game makes me feel that much, it matters a great deal.
Yeah,
it's definitely
totally
worth it.
Yeah,
for sure.
But oh my god, some portions of it.
Yes, some portions of it are unnecessarily chunky. We'll say, yeah.
Is that VLR?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
VLR. Classic. That's a classic.
Good game. That's a good game.
Good game. Good playthrough. It's like similarly to Danganronpa 2 and V3. I don't know if I can say anything else to add to it, but fucking top tier. I love that game and I love that playthrough. So much. Oh, everyone, please go watch the Zero Escape games. Holy shit.
They're so good. They're so good.
Oh. Man.
Oh gosh, nothing else did, but D&D Major got on here.
D&D Major. Hey, it's a playthrough. It's a Dungeons and Dragons playthrough. Tragically unfinished.
That's so sad.
I salute you, D&D Major.
I salute you.
Can I talk about D&D Major for a moment?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
of course.
This one is probably the definition of tragically unfinished because, it's so many things. Like we loved it so much. Like we love the characters. Gina is an incredible DM and does amazing world building and storytelling. And Jake, your music was incredible for it.
Oh,
just
gorgeous.
So perfectly timed out, written, everything. Gina and I were making bespoke assets for every single video, and
so much effort went into that thing.
That was the thing. It turned into, unfortunately, the perfect storm of we just front loaded so much effort into it.
It got eaten by COVID.
COVID killed it.
I can contextualize all of this. It got eaten by COVID. I can point to 50 different things that went wrong, but had COVID not happened, those 50 different things wouldn't have all added up on top of each other.
That's exactly
Totally.
it. Yeah. COVID had we were recording it in a group space together, and then COVID hit and we weren't able to, you know, record in person, and nobody had the right tech setups to record remotely because we thought about doing that, but it didn't work out. And yeah, and then that group we weren't able to get together for a really long time, and eventually, like, time went on and it was just too much time for us to, you know, once COVID restrictions had eased up, like, you know, fucking 2 years later.
It also was just so much work, and so it was this like it was this combination of, it was really, really hard to make. We knew we couldn't make more of it, so there was like we're running out the entire time, and then it also didn't get like a huge audience, so it was just really hard.
It was hard to pull the plug on it.
What's there is incredibly, like, I'm very proud of it, but yeah, it is very tragically unfinished.
Yeah, that's the true definition of tragically unfinished.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, I will hold it dearly in my heart, like, forever and ever. And I'm honestly really, like you said, Gina, I'm really proud of, like, what we were able to make with it, and it was a great, like, it was a great experiment. It was something really cool for us to explore. And it did give us, you know, like, even though we weren't recording during COVID, it gave us a project to work on for a good chunk of COVID for a bit. But yeah, it ended up being, like you said, kind of a perfect storm of everything, kind of all those factors weighing down. Yeah. So love you, D&D Major. And thank you for folks that did like it and supported it and enjoyed listening to it, because yeah, that was a wild one for sure.
It was raising a glass to D&D Major.
Indeed, truly. I do.
Pour one out, boys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, I'm having a change of heart. I want Icy put into I have no memory of this place, and I want throw it in the garbage gone, because I don't think anything else is going into the garbage, because I'm even looking towards the Frog Detectives, and I think that'll be a Donut County situation where I say bad game, funny commentary, right?
Sure. This is the original.
Did we
Frog
like
Detective.
The original? It's 2 that I didn't
like. The original Frog Detective is just kind of nothing. It's a single episode and we're fine with it. So I'm gonna put that in technically uploaded. It's 2 that was the descent into the pits of hell.
Why don't you go grab it?
There it
is.
Throw
it up there.
Found it. Okay. There we go. This is the darkest timeline. It's right here.
Truly. Look at those 2 together.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
What a treat. It's for someone.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
There's some funny moments in there, though, I gotta say. Yeah.
We had fun, truly. Whereas, like, where our hatred of Nirvana Initiative is sad, I feel like the Frog Detective hatred became such a meme.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it was such a beautiful redemption arc that we genuinely enjoyed Frog Detective 3. So
yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Okay, Piku Niku.
I have no idea.
It was fun. It was a really fun,
was
it was a multiplayer game where we were just kind of dicks to one another.
Yeah, you
that's
were.
Fun.
This was a funny one because you 2 played it, but I edited it. So I have
Why did that happen?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Maybe y'all were like on vacation or something and we needed to get it up and I was around. I don't quite remember, but I do remember I edited this series.
That's
and I think
so random. That's so funny.
Like I was holding down the fort or something.
I guess so. We must have been traveling or something.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Was this when you guys were in Europe? Maybe that was
like
it.
That feels possible. That's so funny. I had forgotten that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I remember I made the thumbnail art. I did the edit. I did the whole thing.
Was it good? Was it good? Should it be worth
funny.
watching?
Yeah, it's cute.
Okay, make it worth watching.
I think
I don't remember it, so I have to trust
vibes.
You.
For like
Low-key vibes.
Yeah.
Look, you put in the Scribble game, so
yeah, that's
counts,
fair. There
right?
we go.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is currently ongoing, so I don't know. This is one of those where, depending on how our run 14 of Pokemon Black White randomizer Soul Link Nuzlocke goes, we'll have a different opinion. So that goes down here.
Hey, it's going. I'm gonna knock on wood and not jinx it.
I don't know why you would say that out loud, Allison. Now we're cursed.
Oh gosh, one episode left.
I'm sorry. I'm holding Paul's hands. Oh, to answer Slumbering Moss's question, yeah, Final Fantasy didn't get finished because it was just it was slow for us and it just wasn't getting enough traction. We just didn't pick it back up again, pretty much. Yep. Abzu! Fish Facts! The original Fish Facts? Oh,
the original Fish Facts.
I'm happy with it to be in either of these, but Abzu is special for me. The game itself is kind of like maybe not best of the best tier, but I really loved swimming in Fish Facts.
Is there any world where it's great commentary, bad game, or would you not call it bad?
No, it's not a bad game.
I would not call it a bad game.
I just don't think of it as like Outer Wilds.
Yeah, totally.
Sure. I would say high worth watching if we're gonna eventually rank them. It was so much fun. It was just a space for me to just like geek out about marine life at you, Gina, while I swam around and you know, not caught fish, but swam with fish and you know, destroyed an ancient tech civilization that was destroying the ocean and was friends with a beautiful great white shark, and I just loved it.
I loved Abzu. And to be clear, I'm happy to pop it back up. I really enjoyed Fish Facts with Allison.
It feels a little formative, so I almost want to have it kind of like
put it up there.
Yeah,
it
feels like if you're looking for touchstone points like for the channel, I feel like that might be one of them, in my opinion. But I'm biased.
No, I truly loved that game.
I'm having even more doubt at our labels for everything. Instead of maybe what was that?
It's Sonic Collection.
Did we do like Sonic 3D Blast?
I think we did, yeah, and like Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
What a random thing for us. Why did we do that? Why did Ramsey and I play 2 episodes of the original Sonic the Hedgehog?
If it's a black background with just a logo on it, that was like the first couple of months of the channel, and we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
You can tell, like, 100% if that's what you're seeing, that's early.
Is it kind of busted, or was it?
Yeah,
was it
I think you're right. It's busted.
Nice.
It's kind of.
Okay, scroll up on our labels. Great commentary, bad game. What if it's like rough game?
I'm fine with that.
Great game, rough commentary. Like rough feels a little like chiller. I feel like when we post this alone and people see bad.
No,
and then
you're right. You're right.
Resident Evil Village.
Because rough game doesn't mean the game was bad. It means that our time with it was rough.
That's kind of what I mean. All right, great.
Yep, I agree. I was having bad feelings about the bad game as well. I just couldn't figure out how to fix it. I think this helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good call. That's good.
Stray.
Stray's worth watching. We had fun.
Yeah, Stray sure is a solid, like, it is a playthrough, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
for sure.
That's kind
Counter
of
Spy.
I think Counter Spy is worth watching. I remember that being cool.
Did we beat it?
I think we did. I think so. Wait, I'm checking. Let me see. Please hold the phone. Counter Spy is such an indie game that no one knows. You know.
I just remember being
forgot
very
about that
happy
one.
with this thumbnail.
It's a great thumbnail.
I just like I think this was so early that it was right after the black background logo time. So this was like a big deal for me. I was like, oh boy.
That was a level up.
Yeah.
How many views do you think Counter Spy episode 9 End has
22.
on More?
57.
68.
Yeah.
Oh,
very few views. And I do remember, I don't know if it holds up now, but I remember at the time being bitter about it because I was like, that game's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad people aren't interested in it. And I don't know if it was us or whatever, but we enjoyed it. We had a good time.
Was it finished?
It was finished, yes.
Okay, then sure. I'll leave it in there. That's
Yeah.
not one I've revisited, but I did remember having a good time with it.
Not
That's
one
fair.
I've revisited either, so if you take this recommendation and you watch it and you're like, this is kind of dumb, sorry.
Yeah. Ape Out. We didn't finish this.
I have no memory of this place, or deservedly unfinished.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It was neat,
Yeah.
but it was not one we were gonna play long term. Hotoful Boyfriend,
Totally.
tragically
Hotoful
unfinished.
Boyfriend!
Actually, we got an end. I'm gonna put it in kind of busted.
That's fair. Now that we know
Yeah,
the backstory.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the definition of kind of busted,
It's like
given
the
how you had
most-
to deal with it.
This is the most busted because not only did it have the radical technical issues, like the worst technical issues I've ever had, but then also the route we got was where we didn't fall in love with any of the birds and then got assassinated. The end. So
You're like, okay.
and then we didn't play anymore. So that's all we have.
Oh, Hotoful Boyfriend.
Oh, Hotoful Boyfriend.
What a funny little blip.
I know.
So funny.
Tunic is unfinished.
Okay,
but...
I know it's technically unfinished, but can we choose to treat it as finished right now?
Yeah,
For like
yeah,
this,
yeah.
because I don't.
That's
because
fine.
I still think I feel like insinuating it's unfinished makes it be like, don't watch this because it was unfinished. But like, you could watch all of Tunic right now, and I do think it's a holistic arc of our experience playing Tunic.
Yeah.
Even though we did have not beaten the final boss or done the golden path yet. I love Tunic. I had such a good time.
I thought
we had
this was a really,
blast.
really good playthrough.
Yeah, I agree as well. I liked every episode of that. I thought we were particularly on with that game, and we were just having a great time.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. It was a really special week where we got to play it together, and I think you can tell. I think it's just a really special game. So.
I think
really
someone
enjoyed that
described wholesome sibling energy in chat, and I think
Oh,
that's
we were
accurate.
bickering in that playthrough.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
it's
remember
also like not to spoil Tunic, but it's a very sibling game. So I liked that came through as well.
That's
Yes,
cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I agree. I'm happy to put Tunic up here, and hopefully we can finish that one day.
Totally.
Yeah. Helltaker. That's worth watching.
Helltaker. I loved Helltaker.
That's worth
I thought that was
watching.
great.
Yeah.
Easy, yummy little snack. Helltaker is like eating Skittles. It's yummy.
Yeah. I think that's
You know?
accurate.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is delicious and fun, and doesn't overstay its welcome. Tacoma. Also,
I love Tacoma. Worth watching.
definitely worth watching.
I actually didn't
Great
watch
game
Tacoma.
It's by the Gone Home people. It's Gone Home in space, and it's really good.
Tacoma is
it's
weirdly
really cute.
like a touch point. Like I reference Tacoma a lot. So I'm very glad that we got to play it together. It's good. And
Me
the
too.
story is, I really ended up liking the story. So yeah.
Me too. I liked its pivotal twist so much. I
Mhm.
found it so endearing.
I agree.
You know?
I completely
Yeah.
agree.
That's
So a
cool.
good
I love
one.
that
Definitely
studio.
worth watching.
Nice.
Adios. I know where to put this only because Short, you told me last week. I guess this goes and technically uploaded because you put it in. I have no memory of this place.
No, I remember the guy with this fucking pig. I remember. We just play a lot of games, and Adios did not make an impression.
That's fair. That's
you know what I
fair.
mean. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I mean.
That's incredibly
I don't.
fair.
I'm not. Adios is a fine game. Actually, it had shockingly good voice acting.
Yeah.
But I just it's not a game that's really doing anything cutting edge.
I think that's
It's
fair.
totally fine.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting you with this, especially because the dramatic ending was busted for us and had a technical issue. So
Yeah,
no.
its final thing messed up.
Yeah.
In the literal punchline. Crazy.
it was a real shame. Tabs, Allison.
Wait, Victor, can you come in here? Can I get a Victor cameo?
That would be
Victor
amazing.
cameo too.
Also, by the way, yesterday was Victor's birthday, so everyone say happy birthday to Victor.
Is he there? Can I say happy birthday?
He's coming. He's coming. Come on, Victor, get in here.
You've been summoned. You've been summoned, sir.
Put this in your ear. you can hear everybody.
You're nice. I didn't give Wilson a headset. That's why he was talking over you guys.
Yeah, you're just like, Wilson, you have to talk to the void.
Yeah, good luck.
Victor's here.
Hello, Victor. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What did you think
Hi,
of Teleac or
Victor.
Battle Simulator? Where should we put that one?
I have other skills, maybe, than the ones on display for the channel. It's a fun, stupid
That's
little
such
game.
a funny Victor. That's like the most backhanded self recrimination.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
not. It's not backhanded. I meant it.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, I enjoyed watching.
I have no
Tabs.
idea where to put
I
this.
watch Tabs every time.
I think
they
there's
came
like
out.
a bunch of videos.
There are.
There's like 5 of
There's
them.
a couple of them. Yeah.
Which is too many.
Tabs this was like a little COVID playthrough. I think you and I played this during COVID because we were like, why not? Let's just like do this. And
Let's
I know,
try to do something together.
yeah. As
Oh,
we're
it was
locked in the
just
house.
the 2 of you.
Yeah.
It was Allison and I. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Victor and I. It was fun. It was cute.
cute.
I think.
Let's
It-
pick out my other ones.
Yeah. While we're here, okay, I've got
Actually-
Firewatch.
Oh,
Firewatch is actually
Technically
incredibly busted.
busted.
It's very
but what
busted.
a great game. We can't leave it in busted.
Yeah.
Wait, why was it so busted?
There was when it was captured, there was an error in the video file itself. So I had to crop the whole video, so the entire thing is zoomed
I
in.
remember that.
It's like
Yeah.
75% of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. But
That's so
it was
funny.
a great. It was
Okay.
I actually think it was a really fun game to play with you too.
I remember the game being good. I have no idea what I said the entire time.
Yeah, I think
I've been
that
feeling that a lot today, Victor, and looking at these, I'm like, I hope I didn't say anything incriminating. 'Cause I can
It was years ago.
kind of guess. Yeah.
it's definitely one of those like indie games where I was like, oh yeah, this is an indie game. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's telling like I mean it's kind of a walking simulator. It's just telling a story. And it's us kind of just hanging out.
I think we kept wanting it to be sinister.
Well, the game
it
wants
just
you
never-
to want it to be sinister.
Yeah.
The game's
Yeah,
like,
that-
ooh, could
that
there
is-
be spooky things going on? It's like, no. There aren't.
Actually,
very
you know what's
human.
funny? Firewatch and Disco Elysium give me some very similar energy of them deliberately being anticlimactic for the sake of a point,
Mhm.
and then being like, you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
That's literally on
Yeah,
you. That's
no,
not
that's
on
fair.
me. That's on you. And I find that interesting. I pair them up together in how they choose to end themselves.
Mario Tennis,
Yep.
a cornerstone of the channel.
I'm
I
constantly
mean, without
talking about
that
Mario.
Waluigi gameplay, where would we be?
I'm trying to make sure. So we have Mario Tennis, we have Mario Kart. We had just like we had clearly
That's
an
probably
N64 like day.
We had an N6. That was literally what we did. We had an N64
Yeah.
day, and we all played together.
Yeah.
So
And I've already
I think
put
that-
Look.
Pokemon Puzzle League up here somewhere.
I think Mario Tennis 64 is a great game.
Yeah, I agree.
We probably didn't say anything worth repeating.
no, I don't.
Just babbling nonsense.
Yeah,
at each
exactly.
other.
Yeah, I think all of those probably go and technically uploaded. Not like not bad.
Are
not-
they series? Did we do like a bunch of them?
They've got ones on them, so yes, we definitely did.
Who knew?
I think that's back when we were doing like 20-minute episodes, though. So for
Yeah,
what
we were
it's
doing little
worth.
chunks.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that was very fun. It was I honestly I have very fond memories of playing Firewatch with you, Gina, and Victor. So like I even though it's like it's like it ends up in this sort of like neutral category, like I know that I'm fond of it.
Mhm.
So yeah. Any other Victor ones
I
in
think
here?
we were all crammed on a small couch on one mic.
We were
It was
we were
way
all
back
on
in the
one
day.
Yeti.
That
yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
right.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Look, I mean-
exactly right.
That's not
yeah, and then I think
true
Pokemon
for-
Puzzle we kept that in
I'm
busted.
not here much, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, again, I really enjoyed Tabs, and I thought Firewatch was a treat. I really did.
Well,
And it
maybe we'll give it another try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck
Just
yeah.
subscribe now to get to 100,000.
And your
And you
reward
can get another
will
series
be
featuring me.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you,
Subscribers
Victor.
pick whatever you want me to play. As long as it's Lego Island 2.
I was about to
Brewster's
say it's
Revenge.
gonna be Cooking Mama. I've got bad news.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Honestly, it clearly
little on the
missing from the
nose.
channel lineup.
Oh my god.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you for making a little
I'm
cameo.
dismissed.
You're dismissed.
I mean, you
Bye,
can
guys.
stay, but
Bye,
we're about to talk
Victor.
about Ultra Despair Girls, so I don't know if you
Oh
want,
God,
I don't know
yeah.
if you
Oh,
want to
God.
Here we
that.
go. Thank you, Victor. Oh, let's put this in. I guess Ultra Despair Girls is going into kind of. It has to go into rough game, great
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can say about it except that. Yeah, it is probably the definition of a rough game.
Yeah, especially with it being rough. Now, that's a rough game. Because
Yes.
I have a strange fondness for Despair Girls, despite all. So I would struggle to call it a bad game, but it is a rough game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
rough
it,
game.
it really, really is. And you oh boy. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, it's if you want to hear us talk about how it's just like riddled with problems, you can go watch us talk about it in the Danganronpa retrospective.
Yep. Or the playthrough if you want.
Or the playthrough too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't hold back in that one either.
Chances are it's unfinished. I wouldn't interpret that as a permanently unfinished, but we have not been able to revisit it. It was fun. It was cool.
Yes. And it was fun. We had a great time. We just haven't done a second episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rockawin, I'm rocketing right
I
up to best of the best,
right up.
baby.
That should go up at the top.
Absolutely. Rockwin
sure.
was such a special playthrough. There's something really, really, really good happening with that game. And that's like the perfect level between really special, really great, in my brain, a cornerstone of the channel, and also a playthrough I think a lot of people haven't watched.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I'd love to
yes,
bring
yes.
attention to it because it's interesting. It's just cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Boy. I if you want to hear me try to voice act while absolutely sobbing, Rockawin's the one for you.
Ooh.
Amazing game.
That game gets you.
It really
Totally.
does. But in a good way. It's not one that it's not like tragedy porn. It's really just special and emotional and beautiful. Good game.
I wish that game would have gotten its heyday. There's an alternate reality where that game was Omori in cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I know what you
there's
mean.
a reality where that really hit and it just went right under the table, and it's a bummer because games like that really it's one or the other, right? They sort of just get left out as like one of those games, or everyone realizes that there's something unbelievably special under the hood.
And this one's sort of in the middle
yeah.
because Laura Shikihara has been doing fine to my knowledge. Like there's like sort of animated, maybe not a show, but something like that of the world in Rockawin. There's a lot of stuff going on, and she put out a new game fairly recently, but it didn't hit like a Mori. I completely see what you're talking about there. Really, I want more people to experience Rockawin. I really do.
Me too. But experience it with us. Watch our playthrough.
Yeah, there you go.
Gato Roboto, I have no memory of this place.
I don't know we
Space
ever
either.
played that. That's crazy.
Dragon
What
Age
is that?
Keep is like not a game, so I'm gonna put that in technically uploaded. It was cool that we got to set our world state. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like a place for us to talk about origins and talk about Dragon Age 2. So like if you want to know what our Dragon Age 2 playthrough sort of was, we do capture it in our world state setup in that.
Yep.
So there's that. Yeah.
Devil Daggers, I have
No memory.
Anatomy is good. Anatomy is worth watching.
Oh yeah, that one is worth watching. That's a good one.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Wow, I forgot that we played that, Gina.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And it's
Sorry.
it's a one episode wonder too, which are always fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are when you get a really good like one episode and done, and it's nice. That's so nice.
It's really, really nice. I agree.
100%.
Slay the Princess.
Oh, I think that's
got to be a best of the best.
Yes, best of the. I love Slay the Princess so much.
Slay the Lintess.
Slay the Princess is such a great game, and I will sing its praises forever and ever. I love our playthrough of it. I think as far as playthroughs go, I think we kind of fucking nailed it with that one. So, yeah.
Well,
that's a great
we were
one.
just so here for it. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. All of our shit encapsulated in that game. Please, if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. I think, or go play it. I think it's one of those
also
games,
the expansion is coming out soon.
Yes, the expansion is coming out, and I would say that this one is kind of similar in the same vein as Exocolonist, where you can watch us play it sort of simultaneously while playing it as well because it branches so much. Yes, go give Black Tabby Games some love.
Yes, indeed. Okay, got 1980X. I'm gonna put this in
technically uploaded.
Sure, that's fine.
Or what were you gonna say?
I was gonna put it in good commentary rough game because like it was really cool and then there was nothing there.
Yeah, it was like a precursor to put technically uploaded.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that makes sense.
It found.
Oh, I found.
Oh, it found. That was a very emotional. Of the Pride stream, I think that was the one that we uploaded because it was technically a full playthrough.
Yeah,
it was a complete playthrough.
Complete and full, and I ended up watching that after the fact because I missed that one. Because I got into Pride stream right afterwards.
That's right.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know you're on the cover here, but you were not in this game. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Who cares?
I think it's worth watching, if only for the game itself.
Yeah, this is one of those where like we were whatever, but It Found is an amazing game, and I think it is definitely worth experiencing one way or the other.
100%. I totally agree. Yeah, that was a really special one to share. So, yeah, really worth it.
We Know the Devil.
Look, guys, it just wasn't for us. It just wasn't for us.
Is that rough commentary?
But that implies that it's a great game, and I don't know if I'll just put it in busted. Whatever.
Yeah, I know people love that game, and I just did not. The world it was creating did not interest me or hook me, and
is it unfinished or is it one episode?
It's a multi.
It's kind of unfinished.
It is exactly the same as Mediterranean Inferno.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In fact, they're eerily similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So we finished a route.
Is it deservedly unfinished, technically?
Put it in deservedly unfinished. That feels like a safe place to put it. It's deservedly because we didn't like it, but technically it's unfinished because I do understand anyone's comments of like, you didn't get to see what makes this game really tick.
Yeah.
And I do understand that. I'm just not very interested in watching it tick.
Yep.
Because I think it's going to be more of itself, and I don't really care about it.
No, I think that's fair. Yeah. I'm happy to put it there. I'm going to put the next one in technically uploaded, but I will say I absolutely adore Field Runners because it's the only episode that has my dad in it.
That's funny.
That's a lie. He's in Undertale, but
he does make an appearance in Undertale.
Yeah. No, we played Field Runners 2 on the iPad. It has no sound and it's silly. I love it dearly. I'm very, very fond of this.
It should be in Kinda Busted. We all know that, but it is. I'm too fond for it to be in Kinda Busted.
Yeah, I love it.
You should keep it up there. Because I feel like it's similar to like Tabs and Firewatch and like those ones. Like it's fondly remembered, but yeah, I think it.
The channel is better for having it.
Dad One Gamer. Wait, Victor, that's so good.
Dad One Gamer. Aw. Look, our dad has always found ways to like give a little bit of himself to stuff. He voiced Dojima during Midnight Channel. That was always our dad.
Yes.
Little things like that make me giggle. That I'm like, we will always have for the rest of our life our dad saying like some of the funny Dojima lines.
Oh, I love that
and
exists.
our mom did the train announcer.
Guys, here's a little tidbit for all of you guys. There is a at the end of Midnight Channel, there's a reprise of a Dojima song called Something. And spoiler alert for Persona 4, everyone cover your ears, even though we spoil it all the time. After Adachi has been arrested and Dojima finds out, he sings this little reprise, and it's like, whatever. But there is this one moment in it where our dad, he goes like, sometimes you have to break it till it bends, and that's something. And then he goes, yeah, that's something. And it's the most emotional thing you've ever heard in your whole goddamn
It's really
life.
good. It's actually really, really good.
It's that's 3 words and it'll break your damn heart. The rest of the song, whatever, Dad, you're great. But those 3 words, oh, I'm like, man, give him an Oscar. Killed it.
Oh, that's so
he really
good.
did, and that it is a surprisingly emotional performance. It's very good.
Yeah,
That
Bro
is
was
something.
giving.
Oh.
Little theater kid. I was doomed.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
What's next?
God. All right, we're almost there.
Vampire. That's unfinished.
Put it in busted. That's busted. That's it. No, I have nothing else to say about it.
That's fair. In response to chat, thank you. Hello. We played a little bit of Signalis during one of our charity live streams.
Maybe.
Yeah, and it just will we ever come back to it? I'm not sure if we will.
We'd have to start it from the beginning.
Yeah. I think if it was on here, it would probably just be under. It'd probably go under Tragically Unfinished, but not in a.
But it was it was like deliberately unfinished. I feel like if we were gonna play it, we'd have to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And also, I've played it, so that
Exactly, and in the context of like when we did play it, like for the charity stream, it was like meant to be like a little sampler, like a little tidbit. We went in kind of knowing we weren't gonna finish it, but very cool. Yeah.
Next up is Dr. Langislav the Tiger and the Terribly Cursed Emerald.
Do you remember that one, Gina?
Yeah, I remember it. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. It's a funny game. It's one of those. It's beginner's guidey / Stanley Parable-y. It's just funny.
Heard. Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Puss.
Tragically unfinished.
Tragically unfinished.
Oh.
No, I don't. Who cares about Puss?
I like the little cat on your shoulder. I had forgotten about
the cat on your shoulder is really cute.
Here's a story about Puss. Gina didn't want to upload Puss, and I thought it was funny, so I forced her to.
And here we
Gina
are
wanted
today.
it to be lost media.
Look, I think you were right in this instance.
Yay.
We got Rippin' Riders.
Get this.
I have no memory of
guys,
this place.
Rippin' Riders was I have full memory.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
I have huge memory. Maybe like rough game, great commentary.
Yeah, I
who
think that's
cares about
probably
Rippin' Riders.
Yeah.
But that was the completion of a childhood dream. With Rippin' Riders is a snowboarding game on the Dreamcast that we played all the goddamn time when we were kids. But there was this alien that we could never unlock because it was just really, really, really hard to unlock them. And so this was around the same time that we were playing like Lost Kingdoms and some other ones where we were like, let's place all of the games we like really loved as kids because we played a lot of weird games that other people don't really know. So why not use this as like a platform to play some of those and be like, no, these were cool games that no one really appreciates. And Rippin' Riders was just like a total fit. We called it just the snowboarding game. I literally couldn't have told you that it was called Rippin' Riders. I 2 minutes ago would have been like, it's the snowboarding game. That's what it is.
And we played it on our Dreamcast, and
Yeah. And
That's
so
so
we
sweet.
played it, but what's funny about this series is that Gina and I were playing it, and then Gina went back off to college, but we didn't do the thing that I wanted to do, which was unlock the goddamn alien to, make a childhood dream happen to get this guy. And so I came back and played, maybe 2 episodes, like a substantial amount of time to try to get the alien, and I did get him by the end of it. So we did make a childhood dream happen,
which ruled.
Yeah.
So that was a special one. Arm Joe.
best of the best, easily. Come on, that's a true classic.
It is. It's really funny.
That is a classic.
So amusingly, I actually rewatched this earlier today.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Is it
just
funny,
because
or is it not as good?
It is funny. What is additionally funny is we spend the first 7 minutes of the episode not being able to make it work, and I don't know why we didn't cut that out, but it's us for 7 straight
Are you
minutes.
serious?
Yeah, we have to relaunch the game. We tried
What is wrong with us?
I don't know. It is a mess, but also it's very, very fun, and it delighted me.
If it was not the best of the best, it would absolutely be busted.
Yo,
But,
it is super busted. That's the thing, is it is super busted, but I'm also happy.
No, but it's
for
the
it to
best
be
of the best.
there.
You
Yeah.
can't move it.
I
Yeah.
agree. Lifeline, that was unfinished.
Yeah, whatever. Deservedly unfinished.
Baldi's Basics.
Best of the best, Gina. Easily. I don't care
It
about that
has
game.
the worst sound quality I think we've ever had somehow.
Oh, it's awful.
It's
just
really,
awful.
I don't know how you can watch it. So I'm gonna put it in busted, actually. It's funny.
Or, no. Do busted. Busted's right. Do
Yeah,
busted.
it's funny,
Yeah,
but
No,
it's busted.
wait. No. But it's purposely busted. That's like its whole thing. Do deservedly unfinished.
Okay.
I like how you thought about it.
Well, because it is busted on our end too, but that's okay.
That's fair.
Oh, is
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate, it's not. It's still underway.
Yeah, well, keep that one at the bottom. That one's technically not
Dropped.
not finished / ongoing. Yeah. Even though we haven't streamed it in a minute,
No,
it's still in our back pocket. We just have
we have
a
other
lot of
things
things
that
we
we're
wanna
doing.
stream.
Yeah. Later
Later
Alligator. Big old fan of Later Alligator.
that one's worth watching.
Uh-huh.
I love that game so much. It's so cute. It's so charming.
Some of the best voices you've ever done. Amazing voices in Later Alligator.
Thank you. That was where I was really discovering my voices in that one. I feel like that one was just a joy and a pleasure to just play around with. So, thank you. I enjoyed voicing Pat. It was just you give me alligators with New York accents. I'm gonna go
And
off.
you lean in, and it's amazing. Seriously, all the voices in Later Alligator were so fun. What a cute
It's a cute
game.
one.
Great
Yeah,
little game.
we had so much with that.
Oh
that was a good
boy,
one.
The Witcher.
Witcher, complicated.
I salute you, The Witcher 3. Also,
It's worth watching.
It's worth watching. It's worth watching. Despite the equally, I would say, complicated feelings I think I have for The Witcher 3, just as I do for Dragon Age Origins
Yeah.
and Disco Elysium.
Dragon Age Origins and The Witcher are incredibly similar to me when it comes to just some of the challenges I have with them, and then also to your point, I have separate similar issues between The Witcher and Disco Elysium.
Yeah. Something that was very fascinating and serendipitous was I was out with friends in Philadelphia, and I think we had just finished both Witcher 3 and Disco Elysium kind of
Around the same
Yeah,
time.
around the
yeah.
same time. We were playing them simultaneously, and so a lot of the thoughts I feel I and emotions I was having for those games were overlapping a lot, because I think they do overlap. And I just remember this moment where I was out with friends and I was sitting at this bar and we're all kind of chatting, and I had mentioned those two games sort of offhandedly, and this bartender, she came up, she's like, oh my gosh, are you talking about Disco Elysium and The Witcher 3? And I was like, yeah. And I kind of like gave her my like very quick elevator pitch, like thoughts, and she's like, oh my god, me too. And like me and this bartender ended up bonding about our exact same feelings about The Witcher 3 and Disco Elysium. Just in this
So
That's
niche.
incredibly
That's
like
so funny.
gratifying, actually.
I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm talking to you right now. Yeah, it did. It kind of felt like it put me on solid ground for a moment. And it was very interesting, but I definitely, I think it's worth watching.
Yeah. I think it's a
we
perfectly fine playthrough.
Oh, yeah.
I think we bring a
Yeah.
lot to it. Like we really tried to explore and engage with the world and the lore, and I love Geralt.
God,
Yeah.
Witcher 3 Geralt is one of my is unironically one of my favorite like protagonist characters. I think he's so interesting. I that dude, I want to like dissect him. Like I just think he's fascinating. Other aspects of it, I think we talk about it in our playthrough and like at the end and everything. So it's worth watching.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Astabreed?
That's Astabreed, baby. I love Astabreed.
Oh, I remember that.
Which
Wow.
is a
No
rad
idea
ass
if
game. You're not supposed to ever say its name out loud because then you realize what its name sounds like. But
But
it's a great
Yeah, I
game. It's
have no idea
fun.
I love that game. It's a big old shmup. Crazy bullet hell craziness.
Yeah,
That's that.
that's fine.
Love
Tales of Symphonia.
Oh man, this one is like it's somewhere between like worth watching best and best and also kind of busted.
It's kind of busted. It's a little busted.
When
The
when that
sync
plays,
is real weird, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
it's kind of on the technical back end. Oh, it was a
Oh my
it was
god.
a mess.
Oh my god.
That was the one that we almost Viking funeraled your PlayStation 3 into at the end.
And then it
It's
did.
like-
Literally, the moment we finished this game, we're like, and now you may rest, sweet prince. Get
Yes.
out of here. The cords were fraying and collapsing and rotting through the entire thing. For some reason, the audio sync got super whack for the whole series. But I love Tales of Symphonia so much, and God, I loved playing it with you, Allison. I loved it so much.
Oh, it was so special because I know this is like one of your all-time like formative games, and it was so important to me to like be able to play it with you, especially because like we had played other Tales of games together, like through college, and they were also like very important. And I was so glad
that
I
one
got
is
to
king. That's the OG right there.
Yeah.
truly.
the OG got to experience that with you and play it for the first time, and man, I love that one. It's worth watching, even if it did fight us all the way through. Yeah.
Last Day of June.
I remember loving that one.
Yeah, this is definitely worth watching.
Yeah, that's a game nobody really knows, and it's lovely.
It's beautiful.
Really
That's
lovely.
another game. If you want a good, like, healthy cry, Last Day of June's a really great one.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And the music, oh my gosh, the music in this game is so lovely.
That's another one I'm sad more people don't know, because
Yeah.
we were so pleasantly surprised by it. Yeah. Great game.
Yeah, really special.
I got no
Orboxy, I have
memory
no-
of
yeah,
Orb.
I don't
What is
know.
that?
I don't know what that is.
Resident
I think that's
Evil
the one
4.
and only. That's the
It was
one
a
and
user
only time
submitted
we've
game.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember
People
that.
send
Okay.
us games every single day, and I'm so sorry to anybody who has. There's like, I don't know. It's the same reason we've never taken a sponsor. It's like there's something weird. I don't know. We do everything wrong. But Orboxy was the very first one we ever got, and we were like, ooh, maybe we'll play. Actually, Orboxy I think kind of messed up for all of you guys, because we were like, oh, I guess we'll play it because they want us to, and that's cool. because somebody wants us to play it, and then we played, and we're like, that was kind of boring, and then that was
And then
the
we
end of
never
that.
did it ever again.
Yeah.
There have been times where we've played games only to find out later that people sent them to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orbox C did mess it up for everybody, so thanks for that.
Oh no. Oh, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
Just a romp.
yeah, fun time.
That's a fun time. Technically uploaded, I would say. Or
Yeah.
is it worth watching? It's a fun time. It's a fun time.
It's a fun
Yeah.
time.
Did you
Yeah.
finish it?
Yeah,
We did finish it. Yeah.
I didn't realize you finished it.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
it's a
Yeah.
full complete playthrough.
I'm tempted to put it into worth watching, but it could probably stay down there.
be up
I
there.
don't know.
I'm not opposed to
Yeah.
that.
It occupies the same like space as like The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, like that kind of media.
Yeah, there's probably
Yeah.
2 tiers happening here in worth watching, but that's okay. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're too late at this point.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Oh man.
I mean,
Oh.
that's central, baby.
That's also a
such
pillar
that's such
series.
a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic.
The fact it
need this to
exists
be
is
clear.
incredibly strange.
Oh,
Like,
it's insane. I have absolutely no memory of the game, but that is also to say that, guys, I didn't know what was happening in that game the entire time we were playing it. I was never there. I was never there.
the green glass door. Sure, the green
remember
glass door
that.
was happening.
No. I remember our bits like the back of my hand. Can I tell you the names of the cast members? Nuh-uh.
Can you name a
I am-
single one?
You
Just
can name
one.
one.
Just
You
one.
can name one. I know it. I believe
in you.
Because Garrus isn't until 2. Is Garrus
No,
in
Garrus
1?
is in it. Yeah.
Garrus is in it.
Oh,
Garrus
well,
is in
yeah.
it.
He's the easy one. Can I get anybody that's not Garrus? I can describe them. The alien lady. Her name starts with an L, right?
Liara.
Liara.
Mhm.
I got it. Oh no, I
Liara?
got it. I got it.
Yeah, you got
Okay,
it. You got
okay.
it.
There you go.
I'm
I'm
mostly.
mostly
I'm a winner.
for what it's worth. I'm mostly putting you on the spot because I didn't believe your claim. I was like, I think, yeah, I think that's strongly exaggerated. But also,
That's
it was definitely a no thought, just vibes kind of playthrough.
Yeah,
That was a no
we
thought,
were-
just
we
vibes
were
kind of
truly
playthrough. Yeah.
vibing.
For better or for worse, but also I think it's still best of the best. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
Absolutely, us and our crunchy boys.
yes, our crunchy
Our
boys.
beautiful crunchy boys. Darkside Detective, tragically unfinished. But
Oh,
also
no.
kind of
yeah.
deservedly unfinished, but tragically unfinished.
We'll make it tragic. It was a cute game.
Yeah, it was really cute. We just didn't. that's it.
Yeah, that's
Care.
fair.
We
Yeah.
just didn't care.
Earthbound?
Earthbound, deliberately unfinished.
Sorry, Gina.
Turns out that was a bad idea.
Fair.
That's it. Detention, baby.
My favorite.
Maybe one of
my
the best playthroughs of all time.
My second favorite playthrough I've been a part of on the channel, I believe. I would say.
What is the first?
Doki Doki Literature.
Okay, that's what I.
Oh
that
yeah, we're
makes
getting there.
perfect sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
Do you want-
it's
Yeah,
it's right there.
We
You
can
know
just
what?
pop
Let's just
that
go
up
ahead
there.
and
Yeah.
do it.
get it
It's
up there.
my all-time favorite. It'll always be my all-time favorite. That was a fucking excellent 2 days.
Yeah.
That's
were
also
going
my favorite one
crazy.
that you're in.
Well, it was
Yeah.
also we played it actually for longer than that because we started it in Savannah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were playing
Oh,
it
crazy.
in our grandmother's house. And then
Oh, crazy.
yeah. But yes, no, what a remarkable experience Doki Doki Literature Club was. I agree.
Yeah. From
That's a great game. That's a
the
great
ground up.
game.
But
Yeah.
Detention is a hard second. Don't let me undermine Detention by bringing in Doki Doki to the conversation. Detention is a near perfect game, and I loved our playthrough. And I just those two are so close to in my heart.
I completely agree. I in the one and only year we did end of the year, what were our favorite playthroughs? Were the best games of the year? Detention, like, won all of those just because it's so spectacular. What a great way of demonstrating how you can tell impactful stories using the medium of games in order to enhance them. Gorgeous. And Doki Doki is the only horror game that's ever scared me, and it did. I had nightmares.
That game is a fucking miracle. It is so
It is.
amazing.
It's a miracle and it's a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Yes and
It's
yes.
so good.
Yes
Yeah.
and yes.
Oh.
Sonic
what we
is
got?
dead. The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
We sure
you
did
know,
play that, huh?
worth watching, I guess, or technically uploaded. Both, I don't care.
I think I technically uploaded, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. It was fun. To be
was
clear,
fun.
I don't regret a second spent playing the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
fun
me
time.
too.
Undertale Red, I don't know. I don't care. I
What
don't
is
remember
that?
that
Oh,
place.
I don't know
this
what
about
that
It is
is.
a fan game.
Oh, another fan game, yeah.
Return of the Obra Dinn.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, or what you're thinking? Great game, rough commentary. That's
Yeah.
probably fair. That's probably fair.
To be clear, I think we do some great stuff in there, but also I think I can fully acknowledge that the playthrough was impacted by circumstances outside of the game's control.
That's fair.
Did something happen?
Just that we had to beat it really fast.
Oh yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah, we had to
caught a lot,
basically
guys, so
time
we have to
skip.
beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were brute forcing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, keep talking. Nobody explodes. I think this was another one from the Hot Tip of Boyfriend session. So sorry.
Was that one kind of busted?
Yeah.
Oh. RoboQuest ongoing or not?
I don't know.
It's fun. I would say
fine.
technically uploaded.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a fine experience. It's so funny because immediately after I said this the other day, but immediately after we played, I figured out like how the game worked and then trivialized everything that we went through. It was very silly. But it's fine. It's it's a fun game. Others should play.
Yeah. For sure. Eba. Oh my god. I think
Eve.
this one is a touchstone as well. Oh, this is my first playthrough. Oh,
I love Eve. Eve's one of my favorites. I love that game.
Oh, I love that game so much, and like playing it with you, and that being like the first one. It was very special. It was really special.
It means so much to me. Like I love that game so much. I love that we got to share that game. We really we got like all the endings that were available back when it came out. Like we really, I don't know. That was so special.
It's funny because we were so baby, but at the same time, like it's still, I think, like a solid playthrough, you know?
And also, it's baby. Like, there's something that's nice to that. Like, Eve is so refined and also so clearly a passion project that is small, right?
Yeah,
I think that's why I like
absolutely.
it so much.
Yeah, it's like it's better for its kind of rough edges. And so it's great that we got to experience it when we had so many rough edges.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
That have all been cleaned now. Now we're perfect products.
Oh yeah, we are a polished machine.
Bro, I don't know if you knew this,
speaking
but I
of-
absolutely played. God, I can't even read the title.
It's
of
a
it.
subsurface circular.
I played the hell out of that game. I killed it. Top of the top. Insanely important playthrough. Linchpin moment on the channel.
Absolutely. I do
I
actually
literally
have
didn't
some
remember
memories of
playing
subsurface circular, but I think that's where it goes.
That is more than me.
Is this Monster Prom?
This is
No, that's Monster Camp.
But
Monster Camp?
it looks like that's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I could have sworn I saw the Monster Prom.
Well, but we're
I thought I
out.
did
We're at
too.
the end of the road.
Yeah, I know.
So
Should we place them together? Because I know that we you played Monster Prom, and then I joined in Monster Prom, and then I didn't join for Monster Camp. I think
Let's just say it's all a part of one series.
yeah, we're
Let's
just
all
gonna
one
call
thing.
this Monster Prom, and Monster Prom is clearly best of the best of the best.
100%.
Yes, Monster Prom is one of the best things we've ever played on the channel.
Despite
That-
it
talk
being
about-
absolutely busted, it is the most busted, but it is also
absolutely
like defining moment for us.
And it also like what a great way for all the moments that I hate Donut County. That is a game that's humor works for me every single moment. It's hysterical and I buy into every joke. You know, it feels like the opposite of Donut County.
No, I agree. I laughed out loud through every playthrough we ever did of it. And it never got old. I really genuinely enjoyed every single round we played. Of both prom and camp. I just really love the monster series. I think they're really good.
Truly. I would say if my entire house were not deeply asleep right now, I would absolutely give us all a Miranda reprise after all these years.
That would be beautiful,
so
but
sorry.
please
But
respect
the world is
your
asleep.
family. Yeah.
The
We're
day will
also,
come.
I
The
know
day will come.
how late it is for you, buddy. We're so close. We're almost
No,
there.
I'm
very
here.
close.
I see the end. I see the end in sight. It's been great. But I was more just saying that it's on my mind. It would have been funny. Oh,
I
I'm
appreciate
packing.
that the Miranda reprise was in your heart in that moment, so thank you.
Yeah.
We can all
Is this
sort of
unpacking?
hear it, echoing in the wind. Unpacking. I know people had some judgments on where we put our stuff, but I love unpacking.
And to that, I say, fuck you. I can put my toaster wherever I want to put my toaster, okay?
Oh,
It's late and he's spicy.
He's spicy. He's sleepy and spicy.
He's sleepy spicy.
Uh.
Super Hot, wasn't that unfinished? I thought we didn't finish
I
Super Hot.
I think we did finish.
I don't remember if it was. Wait, I can
Wait.
fact check this.
I'm doing it too.
I
Super
honestly don't
Hot.
remember.
I don't remember playing Super Hot, if I'm being totally honest with you. But I do think we finished it. Wait. 3? Nope, only 3.
Yeah, that's what I
No.
thought. I thought,
Unfinished.
yeah, I was pretty sure we never finished it. So, Super Hot, hey, Super Hot
Cool
is
game.
an awesome game. It's even better in VR. Go check out
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Hot. Not much to say about the playthrough, though. Amped, I have no memory of this place. I know Amped, but I don't remember our playthrough.
Amped was another one of the games that we were playing from our childhood,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was like I think we tried to pass it off as like a Christmas special because there was snow in it.
It was,
if
and I think we
recall.
were drunk.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds totally right.
Anyway,
Oh
Valhalla.
I love
Oh.
Valhalla. That
I remember the
weird
saga of this
game.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, best of the best solely because we've despite all expectations.
It is unbelievable that we finished it. We played this over the course of what, 2 years? 2 full years?
Finished
Mhm.
it despite expectation and despite even like want. Like I never felt like anyone was like banging our door down
For more
to finish it.
Valhalla, and yet we kept coming back to that
we decided we'd do it. And I'm proud that we finished that game.
Yeah.
Very often, and it was fun. I mean, for what it was, it is exactly what it is, and there's a lot to get out of it in that space. Totally understand it not being somebody's cup of tea. But
Completely.
there's a
Mhm.
lot of good in that thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I really ended up loving it for what it was. In
Me
the
too.
end. So yeah. Good old Valhalla. Mario Party, I'm also putting in best of the best. I know, like, it was just like
No, I
3
get it.
episodes, but I rewatched them.
I
I go back to our Mario Party playthroughs.
They're silly
want-
as fuck, and
I
love
want a
that.
Mario Party with Blake Boyevsky.
I
or with
would
Blake
love
Grumman.
that.
Yes,
I would
yes.
love that. That sounds so fun.
I
I've been
feel
wanting
like
that for a while.
he would totally like be extremely additive to that energy for Mario Party. So
When
Uh,
that new Mario Party comes out, because there's that one that you
Yep.
can play online with like 20 people or whatever, I think that will hit that running.
I agree. I think that
100%.
sounds like a joy, and I'm looking forward
And
to
then,
it.
wow, a lot of bangers here at the end. Before
I
your eyes,
know.
easily best of the best.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
love
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
We're climbing the ranks. There we
Um,
go.
I'll go
Oh
out
my
of
God.
my way to say, if anybody hasn't watched that, don't look it up. Just watch us play it. We
Mhm.
killed it, and it's so good. It's so fucking good.
It is. Whew. Gosh, that game. Okay.
know.
Deltarune.
Deltarune.
This one's so weird because it's like it's 2 finished games, but also they're not finished.
yeah, I would say, but I think it's still probably worth watching.
Oh,
You know?
easily, definitely worth watching. Some of our best voiceover work, I think, is in Deltarune. It's just a tricky one to
Absolutely.
acknowledge that, like, I don't know where Deltarune's going long term.
Yeah, because Deltarune, the game itself is ongoing. So yeah. But I think as it stands right now, it's basically a complete playthrough. So, yeah.
Excellent. The room, I don't really have much memory of this place. It was fine.
I don't know what that is.
Dango.
Trigger Happy Havoc. To the top with ye. Man.
Boom bam.
That's what a time. God, so much fun. Oh wow, I remember when you two played this. When you saw
Overboard was fun.
That's a one-hit wonder. I would do, but we didn't finish it. I would say tragically unfinished.
Yeah, that's fair. We finished like
good.
a round, but not enough to like. Yeah, you're right.
Not enough to finish the
Silent
game.
It was
Hill
fun.
2 also goes there, I guess.
Yeah, that is also a tragically unfinished one. That one was like fun, but it was also one of those games where it was like, you know, it was kind of busted and a slog.
Yeah.
But also we were also having fun with it. So it's a little tragically unfinished. I think it can stay there.
I'm perfectly happy to put that there. And then
the last one.
999.
Oh, also, well, if you want the roadmap, it's like start
That's the
there.
roadmap.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love that game so much. I still think VLR probably like takes the cake as my favorite of those three, but
Easily.
yeah. God, that game's so good. That was the visual novel, I think, realization game of like, oh, we can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, look what you can pull off with this format.
Yeah.
999's so special. And the one where they make it a little bit easier to hop around definitely helps. But obviously, you know how VLR sits in my heart. But hey, y'all, we did it.
This is it.
We did it.
That's our definitive list right there, everybody.
That's
is
buck
incredible.
wild.
That's crazy.
Thank you all for hanging out with us as we ranked our own playthroughs.
I know it's kind of a funky exercise, but it also was a really nice time to reminisce, I think. I think this was, I don't know, this has been a really positive experience. I've so liked revisiting these memories because all of these, every single one of them, no matter where they land on the list, is a little time capsule, and it's great to sort of crack them open and see what's inside.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because, like, I can assume, and maybe this isn't true, but basically anybody watching this will not have watched all of these.
Yeah.
There's no chance. But what's fun is to, a little nice ode to even the smallest one of them, even if it be what was that, and then we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
if it's
just
like,
acknowledgement.
to put it to bed, but in a soothing, loving way to remind all of us that we actually did all of these. And that's real
Yeah.
time in our lives.
Absolutely. This is a list of like 9 years of work and content and just fun that we've been having, and that's so cool to me. That's so cool, and this channel's super special. I'm so glad that I get to share it with you two and with everybody watching, and I'm just so grateful for it. You know?
Absolutely. And I'll also send a quick send up to all the playthroughs that aren't on here that are lost to time, like Stardew Valley and It Takes Two and Spiritfarer and all of those. We love you
that
too.
one game we played that one time, Gina.
I
you
know.
that one I'm talking
I've been trying to
about.
remember the name of it literally this whole time because
I have no
that's
idea.
the deepest into a game we've ever gotten to then not post it. But I respect that time too.
Yeah. Oh, the Hades stream. Yeah, the streams that didn't make it because we were trying to like kind of pick them down and stuff. So truly, I salute those. And I also make mention of just like, there in amongst some of these too, there's like, I just remember moments where like we recorded an episode, but then something happened and we had to go back and like for a technical reason, like re-record it, or like just funny little things along the way as we learned how to do this thing. And
Absolutely.
it just makes me smile, and I want to recognize all of that we're always learning.
Yeah, we never
Truly.
quite know what we're doing, but we always make it work. and I love that.
That's
So,
what counts. Isn't that being an adult?
exactly. You stumble
That's
through.
the definition of being an adult. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I know it's super late, so thanks for folks for sticking around with like no break and an extra hour, but I'm amazed that we were able to do this. This is great.
Yeah, this is really special. So thank you, everyone. Take care, and thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey. We're so glad to be taking it alongside you all.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, baby.
Yeah,
dude,
and if you like the channel,
yes.
send it to your friends. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and also that'll make the little thing flash. Heck yeah! Good night, everyone.
Yeah, do it. Love you all. Catch you in the next one.
Bye.